Howdy, folks. Welcome to Courts of Everest, our original D&D campaign. I am Joe Treff, your DM this evening, and joining me are my friends Matt, Vincent, Tina, Kara, Hannah, and Alana. Boom!
Nice.
Yeah, doing good. So we're here to play some D&D today, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. First of all, we played Mosaic Team 5 last night. It was a pretty intense combat that lasted for most of the entire session, and it saw some interesting things occur relating to Echo, although maybe not the one that you would think.
You saw Echo do some really awesome combat
Yeah,
moves.
absolutely. And so to see that, you can see it re-aired on Sunday at noon, followed by this at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Alberon RPG, which is also the same tag that we use for Instagram, TikTok, and other social media. Anytime I see TikTok now, I just think about you because it's like it's very strong.
I love TikTok. The Alberon TikTok it needs work.
That's okay.
We have one follower. It's me.
There you go. So that's the whole thing. That's pretty much it. That's all that I got. And so for music and sound effects, like what I have down here is like 64-bit happy music. Sirenscape, the dual toolset that you could use to add huzzahs and all those different kinds of things into your world. And with that, gotta get us into our recap. Got a lot of stuff to do tonight.
It's gonna be fine.
We're just walking through a hallway, walking around.
Yeah, and like it's not weird that Ori just stopped for no reason.
But yeah, we have to roll initiative.
What game is this again?
Wandering Hearts. Last we played, you fought the Sad Man at long last, having reached the bottom of this ruin known as Kirlor Tel Eldar. Beyond him, you saw it was as if the world shifted and became a dark reflection of itself, and from this midway line, a meridian between the material plane and the Shadowfell, you saw ash and other detritus falling in, almost like snow. You additionally fought some animated furniture, including 2 barricades, an animated cart, which Valis aptly luchadored. Billy and Alina held the center line. It was a very, very smart cart, apparently. Billy and Alina held the center line as Minka skirted the corner after being phase-stepped out of danger by Valis. Ori, you, in pretty traditional fashion, were knocked ahead of the party and into the Shadowfell proper, where you attracted the attention of shadow mites that surged forward to join the battle. Minka, you used Guiding Bolt to ultimately cast the Sad Man into shadows for good, not really hearing much about what he had to say, if anything. You rested, unsure of how long it might be until you get that chance to do so safely again, and then progressed into the Shadowfell itself. You made your way back through this reflection of a place that you had been previously, though much darker. It seemed to be a little bit different than how you imagined. But Ori, as you led the party through the areas that you remembered, you intuited that a particular pathway would lead you to the center. And it did, and led you toward the entrance.
And the center of goo.
But as you walked, you saw a ramp rising to the towering surface above of this karst that you now seem to be within. Ori, you suddenly froze and are now suffocating, and that is where we begin this evening. Could everybody please roll for initiative?
Sure.
We have this combat.
So
right
did we
there.
short rest before we? I don't
Yes.
think I marked.
You long rested, in fact, I believe.
No.
we
short rested? I short rested.
Good to know, good to know, good to know.
Because I was looking, I was like, I'm out of spells. That doesn't feel right. And
We short
indeed,
rested
We short rested.
just to get rid of the
The strength.
The strength
strength
sap.
sap.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, because Valis was having trouble with his armor.
A right
Yeah, it was really heavy.
correct thing to have happened.
It's always good starting with the organ, just
See, remember when I said that all the dice were being crazy and that today was going to be bad?
All right. So, anybody natural 20? Oh, look at that. Minka starting us off.
for 23.
Look at that. All right. Minka starting us off. 25 to 20. Okay. 20 to 15.
18.
18 for Cheshire.
17.
17 for Valis. Ooh. 15 to 10.
Rez got a 14.
Ooh, Rez.
Got 10.
Okay. This is different than I thought it would be.
Yeah, me too.
10 to 5.
9. 9. Warlocks,
9
bringing it home.
Lita and Billy 8. I will say, beyond any character, it seems that Kara's initiative rolls are very low. It's a trend that I've noticed just recently is very true.
Always.
Aren't you dex based?
No, not today.
So, for initiative, the way that this works out, we are beginning with Minka, then Cheshire, then Valis, then Rez. Then we are going to Ori, followed by the entity that has befallen Ori, then Alina, and then Billy. So, Minka. What had just happened is Ori has been walking. As you begin to see, it's like this line that had established and was very carefully moving forward suddenly just stops. And Ori can't hear breathing. And immediately it becomes apparent that something is happening.
Okay.
For free, make a perception check at advantage, as there's certainly something going on in front of you.
No such thing as a free perception check.
A natural 20. And then I rolled a 2 on the other one, so I think that might be the high, low, of the night.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good time to get it.
Yeah.
So as you look out and you can see Ori just stop, having seen things that are relatively similar, and Ori having himself caught in a good number of things at this point in your relationship, you stop for a minute and turn the angle, trying to catch light against anything that could be there, webs or something of that nature. And the entire hallway, this 10 by 10 by 10 space, is just a slick sheen that goes across. And all at once, you can see little bubbles are beginning to rise around Ori where it seems to be digesting. This is some kind of ooze. What do you want to do?
Or a second ooze. So first thing I do is just gonna yell that, let everyone know that Ori is in fact stuck in ooze and not just being dramatic.
Yep.
And then,
Those are the two options.
and then okay. Minka's instinct is to reach her hand forward. She's going to start to cast Guiding Bolt, and then she's going to have a flashback to a different party member suspended in a liquid creature and decide that's a bad idea.
Character growth.
So instead, Alina is next to me, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. She's going to whip her head towards Lita and be like, Alina, get Ori out of there. You can tell. And then she's gonna slap her shoulder and cast guidance on her.
There's that little surge of arcane energy.
Also, question: how long has it been since it's been over? All right, daylight. Never mind.
Yeah, daylight ended.
Okay, so the last thing I will do is bring back up the chalice form, assuming that it will be very needed in a few minutes.
There is something to that. So you take the chalice form, and all around you now, for all of you, as these lights rise up behind Minka in this chalice shape, the apparent sort of cast to this entire hallway shifts and changes, and you can see it is like darkness just filters the light out through this 10 by 10 space, and you can more clearly see there is some kind of an ooze that takes the entire hallway up, and Ori is slowly beginning to fizz and gets pulled more and more into the center.
Don't love that.
Anything else, Minka?
That was an action, bonus action, and I don't want to move. Actually, you know what? I will take one step back to try to give people more room.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Cheshire, you can place yourself anywhere within 60 feet of the party.
Person being described.
You are
as fizzing.
invisible.
It's so upsetting.
Yeah.
Do you have an extra? Should I erase my thing?
All right, Cheshire, what do you want to do?
Ori's stuck in ooze.
I mean, you got this, well, let's go save the day. Inspiration.
Hopefully, with no ability to read sarcasm or tone, you are inspired. All right, so that is Cheshire's turn. Valis, what would you like to do? Rez is on deck.
Would you like?
Valis?
Oh! Yes, please.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
Okay. I will say Alright. How far away is Ori from me? I'm like right in front of the ooze, so like
Yeah,
where
like 5 feet. He's in an adjoining square.
within arm's reach?
Yeah, so with pseudopod, technically, like, yeah, that's like, he's an adjoining square with you, yeah.
Cool. I wanna plunge my arm into the ooze and touch Ori.
Okay. Give me a second here. That's a new one. I know exactly what you're trying to do. I just want to see.
Am I gonna destroy it from the inside?
Okay, so go ahead and make a. This is listed in this thing. Give me 1 second here.
All according to plan.
Okay, go ahead and make a athletics check.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo! That looks good.
We believe in you, Strunk, buddy.
He's so strong.
21.
21, no problem. You reach in and you like plunge your fist into this, and immediately it's cold and chilly, and you can feel instantly the skin in your arm begins to like fall away. Just the dead parts at first, but very quickly you can feel it begin to debrade and like fall away. And for all of you, with the light that Minka is casting, you can see this is beginning to shift from this dark, very clear ooze to beginning to take on a little bit of a crimson hue. But what do you want to do? You're touching Ori?
So I will say, not today, and I will use Phase Step.
Yeah.
And Ori, art thou willing?
So where are you face stepping to?
I'm gonna Phase Step into over here.
Okay.
Yay!
Oh, right next to Cheshire.
She's just like, ow.
Very
Did
fortunate.
you go with him or did you just?
No, it's just me.
And so as you just appear there, subject to this phase step, there's like tiny little bits of ooze that are still on you. You can feel it burning, and it's extra cold in the air, almost like alcohol that's like sapping away the heat. And Cheshire, you get just a little on you from him, just like appearing in that space. But
Thanks,
no problem.
fellas.
Alice, anything else?
Yeah, so that was my bonus action. I'm gonna now remove my arm.
Okay.
I want to use Channel Divinity to use Nature's Wrath. It has to make a DC 13 Strength or Dex saving throw. Its choice.
Oh, it's choice.
Oh.
Fantastic. Strength it is. That is going to be a 12. No, sorry. Plus 2, 16.
Oh no! I was so excited for a second. It passed. Nothing happened.
Sorry. So this seems, as you try to channel your divinity and do something to like pull this or move this in some way, it's hard to get a grasp on. It's like the magic energy just passes through it because it's gel, and surprisingly hard to target. But
All right, and then I'm gonna back off and try to move away from it.
okay,
1, 2, 3.
that is going to provoke an attack of opportunity unless you're.
That's fine.
Okay, no problem. So as you step away, one of these little pods, it's almost like as Ori disappears, it rebounds in and all the material like suction the thing in. And as it, the elasticity makes it rebound into its shape, that single, almost teardrop-like shape goes out and stretches to touch you. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
Oh man, that hits.
Yeah.
Not while I'm standing here.
Reroll, please.
Ooh.
Oh.
That is going to be a 12 to hit.
Oh, that misses.
Fantastic.
Advantage to me.
So as this creature is like oozing towards you, this pseudopod-like appendage, Billy, being close enough and like almost able to interdict it, just snaps through with the rapier and slices it off. This little element just slashes to the ground and it becomes ash instantly. But anything else, Valis?
That will be it for me.
Okay. That is Valis' turn. That brings us to Rez, followed by Ori.
I want to like this pickle seltzer, but
You gotta add more pickle.
That's the thing. It's not pickly enough.
all right. So Rez can't attack because I haven't told him to. So he's gonna. I think he's gonna attempt to distract the ooze. You know, for helping.
I think technically if he hasn't been given an order, he has to just stay in the space and defend it.
Okay.
Rules as written.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so Rez is gonna be like, Alina, what do I do? And then Rez is turn.
He's still on your arm, and you hear like the flaps, and it goes, wait, we're supposed to be a team. Alina, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know, you rolled higher than I did.
But that is Rez. Ori, what do you want to do? Then the ooze is going.
I'm going to bonus action insightful fighting this thing. So it's against its deception check.
Okay.
This is like the most deceitful
boy.
ooze.
I mean,
This is gonna be a
pretty
close one.
deceitful, but not that.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty insightful, but
8.
not that insightful. Ooh, this is actually gonna be real close.
Oh my.
11.
There you go. So you stare at the ooze, and the ooze tries to stare back, but it has no eyes.
So now I get sneak attack on it without needing advantage,
Yeah.
but not if I have disadvantage. And I'm gonna. It doesn't even. I got my arrows. It doesn't even feel like it's worth it because I know it's not gonna. It's just non-magical
are you
piercing.
doing?
I'm gonna just non-magically try to pierce it.
Can attack.
Well played.
Hey,
Maybe you'll poke a little hole and it'll be like.
It's just
I
like
mean, it's probably gonna hit.
Exactly.
It's
Maybe it's like
Sounds
a
like you're
cushion
eating an
and
arrow.
27.
27
So it
absolutely
definitely
hits. Yeah.
All right.
And just for reference, this is a 10 by 10 by 10 cube in a 10 by 10 hallway, and so almost impossible to miss. It's
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah,
large.
and also I'm fucking throwing a needle into like a pool.
Yeah.
Doesn't do shit.
into a block of jello, let's be honest.
All right, yeah, that's more apt.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I got a big
don't know,
numbers
there might be a
though. Let's go. Big numbers.
It's not set properly.
It's like a souffle.
How do you even? Call it?
Gelatinous souffle.
All right. 14. This is gonna be 19 points of non-magical piercing damage.
Not quite as much as you would hope for, but
Probably about.
seems a little resistant to that.
But you still heard it.
You do hurt it, and so you see the arrow pierces it, and little elements, the tiny bits that splash away, do become ash, but not a whole lot of damage. And already inside of it, the arrow just snaps and begins to fizz.
I'm out of ideas.
There you go.
I've
That
tried
is
nothing.
Ori's, that is all of Ori's abilities, all down the drain. It is now time for this ooze.
At least you're not being like dissolved anymore.
So
Progress.
How
What
fast
you
is
did in
the
this
ooze?
fight was you showed us that the ooze was there. See,
You showed us the presence
I
of
was
your
the
house.
vanguard.
You're the canary.
Fuck!
Oh right, it can move. Here, I was like, oh, we'll just stand here and kill it slowly.
No,
no
we
big
have
deal.
until
No.
the end of the hallway to
Can
beat
you
this
go ahead and
thing.
make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah, we might need to do a little tactical retreat.
Okay, it's a 15.
You gave yourself inspiration.
I did.
Just succeed.
Oh.
You just succeed. So you do not need to use your inspiration. Oh,
No, I have to.
why?
Says on the next one.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, is this different than inspiration?
19.
There you go. You are so much stronger than this thing. So as it like oozes over you, and it instantly, like you're on the edge of the corner, and so you can just barely see it, and it just over you. And even as it begins to move across you, you could remember waking up in that pile of salt and how it felt just being like encrusted over. And you pull away, you're able to break free, and you can place right next to Alina. And that's all I could do.
Hey,
That is going to bring us to Alina.
Hey, you didn't end up inside the ooze.
You did not end up inside the ooze, and let's just.
Alina, on your shoulder, Rez is still just going like, all right, Alina, what am I doing?
Okay. Hold on. Let me do something first, and then I'll decide. All right, and Alina, how tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling it's like 10 feet tall.
Okay, so I can't like fly up above.
This is
it.
classic first edition D&D, like, yeah, very much what it's designed for.
So classic. Love that. Love that journey for all of us. Okay, so I'm standing right next to it. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna. I think it's time for our old faithful point blank Eldritch Blast.
There you go. Make your attack roll.
Well, I'm gonna hex it first because maybe this thing can be hexed. I don't know.
Hey, you hexed it though. You did it first. That's good.
That was me doing that last time.
All right, and then 2 point blank shots. So that's disadvantage, right? So. Okay, the first one is a natural 1.
Ooh, that is going to be a miss, unfortunately. And luckily, Billy, like as you step away from it, Alina blasts straight through the space that you just were, and it like goes between your nose and the string of ooze that's still attached, and just snaps it, and it turns to ash.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll try again. And then so Alina turns into Mika when she's stressed out. And then the second one is 21.
A 21 is a hit.
All right, so that's gonna be. That's gonna be. Okay, 7 points of force damage.
Okay.
5 of necrotic, and 3 bludgeoning.
Okay. The bludgeoning doesn't do anything. The force damage and the magical bludgeoning damage does do stuff. So that seems to do. It's a mixed bag of results from that attack.
It is. Yeah.
But there you go. So you watch as this Eldritch Blast, it goes in and almost seems like it's going to bounce out before the Eldritch Blast finally pierces through and just dispels its purple energy in this dark ooze. Is that your turn, Alina?
I haven't moved yet, so let's see. Alina's gonna be like, Billy, back up. You gotta back up, Billy. Don't get stuck in that thing again. And I know I'm gonna draw an attack of opportunity, but I'm gonna move back. Actually,
You won't.
oh, that's true. Rules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving through Cheshire space, and she's like, "What? Huh?"
So yeah, Alina, you like barge through everybody. You slide underneath Rez, who like takes off from your shoulder. You slide by Ori, who's like almost knocked off his feet because he's not facing you. And then you almost collide with Cheshire because you don't even really see them. And so you like shoulder check into them and you spiral back to where you're standing,
I do.
facing the rest of the
and
group.
perhaps a superhero landing, like the 3-point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, amazing.
Hooves skid just a little bit on the stone.
Oh, it's so cool, you guys. It's so cool. But nobody's looking because now I'm at the back of the group. Okay, and then I'm gonna tell Rez. I think probably just attack it, right? Just attack. You got this.
Okay, so Rez just flopping there. He just turns around and goes, "All right, Alina, you got this. The classic."
Yeah.
And he like gets ready to go.
Yeah.
But that is your turn, Billy. You are standing now alone, face to face, with a shadowy gelatinous ooze. So what would you like to do?
Green flame blade.
There you go. Make your attack.
Oh, we got a wheel.
12.
12.
Hey.
12 hits.
Yeah! I'm a smite!
You slash across the space, which is the entirety of the hallway, and so such that you, as long as you don't drop your sword, really tough to not hit.
Alright, so that is
I wanna like it.
10 points of magical piercing damage,
Okay.
7 points of fire damage, and 1 point of psychic damage.
Ooh,
Plus-
psychic damage.
A wisdom saving throw, please.
There you go. Okay. That is going to be a grand total of 6.
It's frightened of me.
Not frightened of you.
Because
As
it's not
this
capable
creature
of
doesn't
being
seem
frightened.
like it has enough of a capacity for emotion.
What? You mean the ooze doesn't have feelings?
I didn't say that.
I'm just jello.
So,
or something.
Valis, you're like, I wonder if this is an animal? But no problem. Anything else, Billy?
Excuse me, sir.
I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay. You stay right there, looking at your reflection in the darkness. That is your turn, Billy. That brings us to the top of the order. Minka, you are glowing with the celestial energy. What do you want to do?
So seeing that Ori has been successfully freed, and then Billy is almost not okay.
I'm okay.
She's gonna take a diagonal step back.
Okay.
Behind Rez.
Behind Rez. I did not knock anyone in the process. I'm actually very dexterous.
You kneel down behind Billy, and then Rez just pushes Billy over.
Oh, this hallway sucks.
This is what you wanted me to do, Alina, right? And then, now seeing that Billy is in front of the ooze, she's very much worried about doing anything next to it. But
There's like flashbacks happening. It's like you're underwater, you're back here, you're underwater, you're back here.
yeah. Question.
Yes.
Because I believe we've already established this, but I just want to double check.
Sure.
If you enchant a ranged weapon with elemental,
Ammunition is magical in terms of damage, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, she's gonna then whip around and grab Ori's arm and just be like, "We need you, bud," and then cast elemental weapon.
Oh, that's good.
On his was it bow? Longbow? On his longbow? I choose cold damage
Okay.
I like
because that seems like it should work, hopefully.
that. That's a good.
So as Minka touches this, you can see it's all of a sudden like elements of the magical light behind Minka detaches and rushes along the edge of your bow, and it becomes these tiny, minute constellations that form things seen from the northern sky, places where it's cold, and then all of a sudden it's like the air freezes and it snows for just a second beneath the bow.
Nice.
I think everything else is not really doable at the moment.
Yes, Minka?
No, if I could kind of just bonus action try to not have a panic attack, I'll do that.
As part of this wheel, go ahead and make a perception check.
Bonus action, Papa Zanny.
Thank you, Olive, for the wheel.
Not a sponsor.
Alright.
Sorry, Frazzle him.
25.
Okay. You're like, it's just one ooze. We're fine. We can deal with this.
Aww.
And then Joe gets up from the table to get other things.
Several more oozes.
I hope they're not coming from the other direction, or else this is going to be a real awful sandwich time.
Came from.
Along the ceiling, rounding the corner. It's pretty slow, so I wasn't able to get all the way there.
Why is there another one inside?
No, that's just so like if you take that out, that's just like something you can put around a mini to like show that it's an ooze. If it's easier to not have the cube on the board.
Oh, I see.
I see.
Layers here. We got layers. So that one is actually you can see just got a couple inches on the floor. So technically, it's like going along the ceiling. Not that it really makes much of a difference in this space, but rushing around from the other side, this cube. And Minka, as part of this, what's it called? Wheel. That perception check tells you that there is this kind of squelching happening from around the hall as well. So.
Minka actually has enough space to, I think, get around to glance around that corner.
Yeah.
So she's gonna visibly confirm the ooze.
Yep.
Still
35
movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then go. Oh, we're gonna get ooze crushed, and then goes to 5 feet to get out of the ooze's line of sight.
I get to do the sign off today.
So, please remind me. I'll forget that.
Okay.
It's early in the night for that. Okay. So, Minka, you confirm everybody that there is this ooze. That is Minka's turn. That brings us to Cheshire. Cheshire, you have Ori right in front of you now, and there's oozes on either side of the hallway. What are we going to do?
Prestidigitate the ooze goo that Ori brought over with him off of myself because ew. And kind of, throw a nasty look at Alina and somebody competent please do something and mark it Billy.
Wait, for me?
No, for Billy.
Somebody competent.
It's inspiration through tearing others down. So, anything else, Cheshire?
That's it.
Alrighty,
It's
Cheshire,
Cheshire's
you throw that inspiration out. Valis, what would you like to do? Rez is on deck, and Rez is ready to help.
Yeah. I'm Riz. I can't do the voice.
But you want to do it so much.
I want to do it, and I'm gonna keep trying.
Alright. I'm gonna go. Let's see.
Where are you going?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And I will say to the group, I'll try to distract this one while y'all take out the other one, and I will take the dodge action.
Okay. So you take out the shield, you take out the sword, you just like lower yourself, create a strong base, and you are ready to take the charge of this ooze. Minka, you are now a little safer. Anything else, Velas?
That's it.
Okay. So Rez, like, these big leathery wings trying to carry him. He like goes to the left, goes to the right, like tries to figure out how to go on the other side of it. But in this space, it is not really possible to maneuver. So instead, Billy, he pulls up right next to you, and he just goes, "All right, Billy, it's you and me." And he's gonna help by using the help action. So that is.
I told him to attack.
Oh, you told him to attack. Sorry. Please make an attack roll for Rez. Thank you. He says, "It's you and me, Billy," and he dives towards this shadow cube.
No, he's stinging. Oh, that he got a natural one. Oh,
Yeah, he's definitely stinking.
It's you.
inside.
Can you make a strength save for Rez, please?
Oh, that's not gonna go very well.
What is
9.
Rez's eyesight isn't great, and so kind of can't quite see where the shadow cube begins and where it ends. And so he swings at this bubble left behind by the elements of Ori that were pulled out, and that's like 6 inches into the cube. And with his small size, he like chest deep into this thing, and he into it.
Oh, buddy.
He is engulfed. And actually, let me see if he takes damage on this. No, he doesn't. So, that is Rez's turn.
Still the ooze's head.
Ori, what would you like to do? And then the ooze is going.
Not gonna last.
Do I get advantage on it now because Rez is threatening?
I like don't
In no way
threatening.
is Rez threatening.
True, yeah.
Billy
But it's not on the right side. Right?
On the wrong side.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Wait, don't you get sneak attack if an ally is threatening it?
Yes.
Then I do get some.
Don't you get sneak attack because you use it?
I thought that was swashbuckler.
I get it anyway, but I get advantage.
Thought it was all sneak
Or-
attack.
It is all
Flanking?
sneak attacks. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Take sneak attack for it. No worries. That makes sense to me.
Well, I have it anyway because I did it.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah.
But I'm
did
going
outwit
to
you.
steady
You did out with this
aim.
cube.
So I'm gonna get down, steady aim this, and try to hit it with the advantage shot. Natural 20!
Very nice.
Alright.
So basically, since it's elemental, you roll your normal damage, but you also roll a d4 for the typed damage.
Okay.
So
And that doubles.
That doubles as well. So it's gonna be a lot of dice.
A lot of dice. This is like Alina's Eldritch Blast. 4 different
No,
damage
magic.
types,
Magic
6 different
damage.
dice types.
Magic.
This is a Yahtzee chip.
Oh,
that isn't-
It's
You don't
not
need
great.
Below average roll.
Yeah, not great. But still.
You're right, by the way. Just saying.
Alright, so that's That's 14. So 28 plus.
Do you need to?
I do need to know the type, yes. And is this magical because of the elemental weapon, or is it
Yeah.
just the damage type added?
It becomes a magical weapon,
There you
and
go.
then you
That's
get
what we
an
need.
addition.
That's
Yeah.
what we need, yeah.
Okay, so
spell ever,
it's
if not.
I know, that's
4
like
of
it's a
it is
level
the
spell, it
elemental
better be.
magic. So actually 8 because that's double.
Okay.
Have a
And
cantrip
then-
that does that.
20 of it is magical piercing,
Okay.
and 5 of it is the bonus from my ability. So I think it would just still be magical piercing.
Okay. So with that shot, with the ice that has encrusted this bow and almost forms like these sigils across it, and you draw the arrow back and fire, and it instantly freezes a path along the ground, forming these upward facing icicles before it strikes and just freezes almost like a quarter of this thing from the center out, which just turns to ash and is like this frozen kind of gunk that begins to fall away. It's badly hurt.
Does it free fucking Rez?
1 second.
He's so little.
He does not get freed by that. This is not like a froghemoth, yeah. So, still there for just a second, you can see like that bit falls away, and Rez just goes, Elena! And there's just free engulf.
It's horrifying.
But anything else, Ori?
Just free action. We gotta go through.
There you go, Ori. That is your turn. That brings us to the ooze. On the inside, I'm pretty sure. How much health does he have actually?
10.
So he could survive.
He might, yeah. It's like that time that.
Almost certainly not.
Yeah,
You-
oh,
I'd have
that's
to
true.
roll
Yeah, what
all
kind of damage is it? 'Cause he has some
oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, what if he's like immune?
Oh my god, he's just swimming around in there.
This
This
is.
actually isn't that bad.
Oh, boy.
Oh, not bad.
Oh, this doesn't sound good.
Half acid and half necrotic.
Nope.
Yeah. Rez is taking a grand total of 11 points of damage. Rez just disappears on the inside. After yelling out your name, he just vanishes, and there's just a little of gelatin.
It's pedal all over again.
The cube is going to thump over, and Billy, can you make a strength saving throw, please?
Sure. Three.
Billy, you are just engulfed by this cube. You are going to take. Ooh, 8 points of necrotic damage and 9 points of acid damage. And you are engulfed, which makes you. Give me just 1 second here. Failed save. You are restrained, and your strength score is reduced by 4.
Whoa!
Please make a dexterity saving throw.
As this over you, instantly, not only does it feel like you're dissolving through the acid of this, but the heat is just pulled from your body as if you step out into the cold on like a frigid day and the wind strikes you. And it pulls the strength out of your body, Billy. However, that is all that one can do.
Please make a dexterity saving throw.
No, Valis.
What?
Valis. Oh, me.
Yes.
For what?
Because I'm hellish rebuking you.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. I thought you meant like, please make this a dexterity saving throw, and I was like, no, that's not how D&D works.
I was like, oh no, is it because it's like a big cube
No.
and it doesn't have.
-2.
Nice. You take 10 points of fire damage.
He
You
takes 5 points of fire
specifically.
damage. As it doesn't
Oh,
quite
wait,
do the amount
wait.
that you would hope.
12.
6. And so there we go. Finally, it resolves as you use Hellish Rebuke, and from within this creature, you cast this fiery element and just kind of out from the inside. Tiny bits of steam.
I heard it a bit.
There you go. And that's every bit counts. We've been over this. So that is. Sorry.
Who's move as a part of that?
Yes, it did.
5 or 10?
10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Valis, the one that is near you, go ahead and make a strength saving throw as it gets 15 feet and tries to engulf you. Yeah, that's what it will
Does it have to be strength?
It does, yes.
Man, I was hoping it'd be dexterity.
No, not this time.
Well, does he get, because the dodge action that he took, does he get?
No, that's an increased. I have to remember what that is, but I don't think this really.
Disadvantage for our attacks and advantage on dexterity saving throws, which I was hoping it would.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright, you said strength?
And this doesn't
Strength.
count as an attack, I guess, technically, since it's.
I'm feeling attack.
It moves its speed, yeah, and that's part of it.
Yeah.
The creature makes that attack. I love gelatinous cubes.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause it's like, oh, this is
That
gonna
part is
keep
rules
moving.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
just gonna
hate
keep
that
moving.
roll.
Yeah.
The DC is just too higher.
I'm gonna add that inspiration. Oh, I hate that inspiration.
What was that?
9.
It just engulfs you.
Oh,
Valis, you are going to be taking
I get to keep it.
7 points of acid damage and 9 points of necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by 1.
So you said 7 then 9?
7 then 9, and your strength score reduced by 1. It seems like your armor is preventing it from pulling quite so much strength away, at least at first. But you can feel this ooze, like almost like fingers penetrating into the crevices, into like nooks and crannies of the armor, trying to reach you. That is both of the oozes. And Alina, what would you like to do? Billy, you're on deck.
Oh man, I'm like, Billy's trapped over there, and Valis is trapped over there. Time to make a decision. It's Billy, obviously. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. I would like to attempt to reach in and touch Billy.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check. Or sorry, athletics check.
Fine. This might be a mess. Athletics, you say? Not that die. That one sucks.
Oh, rejected.
Woo! Natural 20 minus 2 is 18.
With a natural 20, no problem. You reach in, and not even with a check to pull her out or anything like that, you haul Billy out of there.
I just wanted to touch her, but
Oh, you can if you want.
I will accept the natural 20.
It's a natural 20. So you can just yank Billy out. Billy, you appear in the space next to him. He just yanks you through. Yeah, no problem.
So good.
Natural 20s.
So that was my action.
Yeah.
Get out of it. Oh, no, not just now. You just you.
Billy, as you get out, your knees buckle a little bit. Like the weight of your armor and your body is a lot more than it was when you went in.
I don't feel good.
Okay. Can I, like, keep the athletics going and maybe, like, pick her up and carry her a little bit? It was a natural 20. No,
I would say that's probably the boundaries of that
yeah,
natural
that's
20.
fine. Okay, and so Alina is just gonna stay put right next to Billy and be like, "Come on, Billy, get up. We got work to do."
I want to.
I know.
So
Wait, that
you
work?
square up with this ooze, who is now slowly still approaching, the shadows of the hex kind of oozing into it, the blood from Valis originally reaching in, like steaming it in the center. That is Alina. Billy, what would you like to do? You are now outside of the ooze.
Yay.
I feel better, but also worse. And I don't want to move,
I know.
but I will.
Please do.
I'm gonna hit it first.
Okay.
Flame blade. 16.
That is a hit.
I'm gonna hold on to that part. I'm gonna need it. Okay. 11 points of magical piercing and 8 points of fire damage.
Okay, the fire damage doesn't seem to do as much as you would hope. But this creature really beginning to lose its consistency. It's beginning to fall apart, and every time that it down the hall a little bit, the trail that it's leaving behind is just dissipating into ash. It's, you would imagine, almost like it's blood trailing behind it. Anything else, Billy?
I'm gonna step away now.
Okay. And that would probably provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy, and it's cocked. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Silvery barbs, we roll that.
Thank you. That is going to be a 12 to hit.
No.
The two, yeah.
Clutching.
Yeah. The bar is just back and forth, silvery barbs. Barbing. Anything else, Billy?
You have advantage as well.
Very nice. All right, Billy, you end up at the end of that corridor. Anything else?
Nothing else on me.
There we go. Top of the round. Oh, bottom
Healing
of the round.
word.
Get your shit together, Billy. Laurel, top of the round. Minka, what would you like to do? Cheshire, you're on deck. Minka, this other ooze is coming closer. You can see, you're like sort of in a position to be able to see both. It's terrible.
So seeing that no one's in one ooze and Valis is in the other ooze, Minka's gonna try something
Oh no.
and hope that this is fine.
Valis, do you need D6s for character creation?
It is not Guiding Bolt, but it is a different spell.
Fireball.
Sunbeam.
Shatter.
I am, because oozes are water adjacent, I'm going to attempt to destroy water in a 30-foot cube on top of the cube and see if anything happens.
Okay. So you
Poly-based.
you cast it's an interesting idea. Give me 1 second.
Listen, this is basically Minka's trying to avoid killing a party again. And so,
I'm made of water.
Val's just-
water is inside.
there is no effect.
I figured. Okay. All right.
Great idea.
It was.
I want to try it.
I wanted it to work, but
It doesn't. It's fine. So she tries that.
Water elemental.
Yeah. Sees that. Does absolutely nothing. And then goes and just kind of starts to half panic again. And then just be like, Valis is an ooze. There's another ooze. We're running out of space. And then the last thing would be a bonus action, yeah. All my bonus actions are concentration. My concentration is needed elsewhere. So seeing it moved 15 feet last time, Minka's gonna take one more step back.
you got plenty of real estate. Anything else, Minka?
No.
All of you now are standing in the bright light of the celestial glow that Minka is casting as Minka begins to hyperventilate. That is your turn, Cheshire. What would you like to do?
Under a paper bag.
Go away, please. Just go away. Mind Sliver needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that's a D12.
Take it.
I was like, that's a weird looking 8. 13.
That is a failure.
Yeah.
That was an 8 on the dice.
4
An 18, sorry, on
points
the
of
dice.
psychic
This
damage.
thing's dumber
I
than
was
the
gonna say.
Yeah, I know. 10 points of psychic
10
damage.
points of psychic damage, and it
Okay.
subtracts a d4 from the next saving throw it makes.
Yeah.
This creature is it is falling apart now. The hex you can see emerging in ribbons of shadow from it because there's not enough of it to even hold on to, but it is still just barely up. Anything else, Cheshire?
That's it.
It's the sound of
Alrighty,
dying.
Cheshire, that is your turn. Valis, what would you like to do? Rez is on deck.
What kind of check is it to get out of here?
It is a strength check.
I'll make a strength check to get out of here.
Make your strength
The
check.
air bubbles was
Just straight strength or athletics?
Straight strength. Could pull another creature out with athletics, though.
16.
16, that is a success. And so you are still in that prepared space. You are in that 3-point stance, and it just oozes over you, and you're like, this is not what I wanted. So you take the shield, you jam it into the stone, and you use that as leverage to shove yourself out of the ooze. You tear an element of it away, little bits turn into ash, but you are now on the outside. It is frigid cold as this evaporates off your skin, but you are out.
Great. Let's see.
I'm so excited.
Is that the side of the ooze you want to be?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna move away from it. 1, 2.
That will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
That is going to be only an 18 to hit.
Oh, it misses.
There you go.
Alright. So I'm gonna go up to here and said, oh, that was terrible. It's still coming. Quick, finish up the one in front of us.
All of you are now crunched into the corner. There is very little space left. But that is Valis' turn. Rez is down. Or what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and steady aim, take another shot at this thing.
Great. It's just approaching, and it's slow. It is moving 15 feet around, but it is coming.
Another natural 20!
Roll damage for that. Cheshire, as you mind sliver this thing, it is barely a sliver of ooze left. It is a string that is just kind of vibrating. And then Ori, this is actually a very impressive shot in that it's basically snapping a string in the air with an arrow.
So it's 4 ice damage or cold damage,
Okay.
and then 38, 43 magical piercing.
It is obliterated by that. As the arrow snaps it, the magic ice just freezes the entire strand of ooze. It creeps down across the ground and then just shatters all of the ash and the rest of this ooze into nothing.
And free action, everybody move, 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 move.
Or not.
And that's
And
it.
so that is
I myself
Ori.
cannot move.
That brings us to this ooze, which is going to move 15 feet.
1, 2, 3.
and it is just into that corner. Now, at the end of that turn, party, you can move at a pace in which
We can outrun
you
it.
can outrun it. It will provoke at least one attack of opportunity to do so, but is that what you wish to do, or are you going to continue to try to fight it?
Why would it provoke an attack of opportunity?
It's got a 5-foot space.
Oh, yeah,
between-
there's-
Oh, sorry, I can't see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So never mind. That my question is: are you going to book it, or are you standing and fighting?
I see.
Parting shot, then run.
Okay.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
So what I would say is everybody, unfortunately, who is not Alina and Ori, because they are not in that line of sight corridor, go ahead and make a parting shot if you wish.
Aw.
I'm gonna. While the party does that, I'm just gonna say we should just keep fighting at us because it's gonna keep chasing us.
What kind of save?
Intelligence.
11. I don't think it can make an intelligence
It's
saving
also
throw
got the
against it.
-4, right?
9 psychic.
I think.
Say again?
9 psychic.
9 psychic. Okay. Deals full damage.
One of the rolls was an 8.
Okay.
The other roll was a natural 20.
Yeah,
Make
roll
us
damage for
8.
that.
Oh, wait. 8. 11?
11 is a miss.
Oh, well, you know. You get the
Oh no, sorry. 11 is a hit. Yes. Oh, sorry. I just assumed like an idiot.
Never just assume.
Oh yeah.
I've been playing too much Baldur's Gate because my instinct is like, oh no, we should kill it so we can get the experience.
Milestone.
Okay, here's for the
Milestone, baby.
20 points of plus 3, 23 points of force damage,
Okay.
and 8 points of force damage for a total of 31 points of force damage.
Very nice.
Wow.
So you see just this, man, from where you are, it's beginning to look kind of rough. I mean, you did a tremendous amount of damage to it there between those two attacks.
It's still up.
Yeah.
All right. Is anyone? And I think that's everyone that can make a shot, right? Are you doing a party shot, Valis?
No, I don't have any ranged weapons, but
Okay.
if you're not,
So, seeing that it's still up and still coming, Minka's going, now that there is no one inside of it, do a
Minka's final
guiding
form.
bolt. And it's a 17 to hit.
That absolutely is.
If it was a 1, she just turns around and fires straight in Owen's face.
360.
That is,
Corey, can you hear the ocean? Boom.
so that is 20 points of radiant damage.
20 points of radiant damage. It is 40 points of radiant damage. And this creature is still up as that fire burns away and the little licking elements of this white flame burn. There's just, and the two pseudopods reach out, still on fire, and it 5 feet closer. It's still up.
Run.
No, because I don't have line of sight, but can I wait for the next 15?
Yeah, sure.
Because I can
You guys could
move
do
out of the
a
way.
tactical
doing. I
withdrawal.
think-
We're kiting.
You guys are we're kind of slowing down.
I mean, we might at this
So-
point might as well kill it so it doesn't
Yeah.
keep chasing
So,
us.
Ori, make your attack roll, and Alina, make an attack roll as it kind of rounds the corner, and you are the final two who are covering the
did you
door.
make
as
it?
Use my
everybody else
bonus
leaves.
action to move the hex to this.
There
Phallus is
you
in
go.
range.
Nice.
Oh, I
That's
would've
28. to hit.
28, that is a hit. Yeah.
Run. Get us out of there.
That's 25 and a 23.
Those will hit.
Okay, here we go. That's sweet. I did that. Okay, 4 ice cold damage,
Okay.
and then 21 magical piercing.
Very nice.
Is it still up?
Counting over here.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, it's 28 points of force damage, 11 of necrotic. Woo! I rolled good. And 3 bludgeoning.
The bludgeoning doesn't do as much as you would expect.
No, I know, but it happens no matter
Combined
what.
as this like around the corner, or you fire this arrow, and Alina, you fire these eldritch blasts, and this entire thing. Though the first one, for some reason, very difficult for you to all kill. This one is literally almost overkill to the point where it would be dead if it was a player character. It is just a race. The arrow streaks through, and as it freezes the entire thing, the 2 eldritch blasts from either side snake in and just hit it from the top and the bottom, and the entire thing just shatters into ice, and then ash, and then nothing. And you are all out of initiative.
I loot the.
We did it!
I heal myself with lay on hands. Does anybody else need any healing?
More.
No, but I generally feel like shit.
Medicine check on Billy to see if she is being honest about not needing healing.
Gross.
Do a medicine check.
It's this. Sept again.
As that cube is annihilated, completely eviscerated in a way that, like, almost like you're like, oh, I kind of feel bad for that cube. You are at the edge of this kind of zigzagging hallway that looks out into this ramp that goes up and up and up, and you can see it rises. It seems like instead of having like an entire structure here, you are at the bottom of like a karst, like a sinkhole that has fallen down. About 80 feet rises until it reaches the regular surface level. That would be the surface of Everest. However, this is the Shadowfell. And then above, instead of the astral eclipse that you were so accustomed to, it is just swirling smoke in the sky. And ash falls down from up there. And then on the top of this sort of plateau that sits about halfway between the surface level and where you all are, maybe 60 feet away, you can see elements of like broken stone and then a rising rock wall that leads to what looks like maybe a structure.
Like a throne room of sorts.
It is a little far from here to be able to tell.
I guess
Make a perception
we gotta
check. Make a
keep-
perception check. There's a little bit of light here. It's not truly dark here, and so
As Ori's doing that, Mika's gonna go to all the people who were absorbed and just like pat them down and be like, "Are we all okay? Are we all okay? Are we all okay?"
Oh, stop hurting.
Sorry.
28. Billy just bruises. 28. Don't worry, with the 28, you narrow your elvish eyes. And what do your elvish eyes see? They see several pathways that lead through broken stone, and you can tell this is not stone that is natural from here that has been carved away or eroded. It looks like very large chunks of stone that have fallen, not structured, maybe like dug off the ground, and then one of them stands up. And they rise 10 feet tall, 12 feet tall, 16 feet tall. This is a giant of some kind. Long, really narrow face that seems to almost fade into the neck. You can see the shoulders are pretty narrow, but the arms are long and almost reach down to its shins. And you can see it is not just a regular giant as it like sort of lifts up and moves and kind of lurks into parts of these stones. It seems to almost blend into the shadows and then disappear. You also see beyond that. Well, would you like a little visual perspective?
Damn it.
Fucking right, I do.
So I need people to clear a lot of space, and then this might need a couple of stages to set up. So
Okay.
Frying pan, fire.
Yeah. So just as a note, Mika's gonna maintain concentration as long for it'll last for up to 1 hour.
Oh, okay, good.
So she's
'cause
gonna do her best
seems
to
like
maintain
we might
concentration.
need it in the next hour.
What are you concentrating on again?
Ori's weapon.
Oh, right.
So unfortunately, it does limit her healing stuff right now because all her healing stuff left is all concentration. So hopefully.
Would you like a hand, Joe?
Not health potion.
Okay.
So,
But when I get there,
sorry, so this is
Here.
looking up into the next space or looking out?
Put this one right.
So we are. So the ramp, instead of going up, instead of going up into a larger structure,
It opens up into the Shadowfell, right?
Yeah.
And so in
We're
the
looking out.
outside, this is where we see it. Okay. Oh no.
Big boy. There are too many oh boys, and this oh boy.
Oh, he said it was gonna take multiple stages to set up.
Got it all at once.
Oh, things are piled. You guys.
All right.
I'm sorry, Chad. I just knocked you.
So this is very heavy too on one end, which is why I'm trying not to have the cardboard will just fold in a second. So lower that all at once. There we go. There we go.
The cane is down.
The chaos.
You got it. Sorry.
The chaos? But look, it's The Rock TM.
The rock TM.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's painted now. Oh, it is.
Oh, can I show you that rock?
Well, I didn't. I saw it when it was printed but not painted,
Gotcha, gotcha.
and it was hilarious. The little, yeah, the little look.
Oh, right.
When he was painting it, it was so funny to watch, and he's so
we need
excited
to
to
push
be
it
that
forward.
guy.
So
That way.
the ramp
towards me.
will lead
the
you
way.
guys all up
There you
to
go.
between those two
Push.
stones.
Here we go.
Oh,
The two ridges
the
of
two
stone.
like
Here.
Yeah, that is where you will be entering. Assuming that that's what you would like to do.
I would like
Or
to
you see,
hide.
you see everything that is in front of you. You see this towering throne that seems to be formed of some dark red Icarus substance that drips and moves upwards.
You don't
People
say.
say,
And as you sort of look at that and you follow those drips up to the ceiling, you can see just barely. It is not quite glowing, more than catching the light from Minka and maybe reflecting it even at this distance. Tiny, tiny little threads. And they crisscross, not like spider webs, like threads that have been pulled taut amongst things. They seem to have tiny little impulses that just shine down them, like maybe catching the light as something moves by.
like a metallic threads in light.
Very much so.
Like
Yeah.
shimmer a little.
But the shimmer is different. It is not
The light
metallic
is
and lustrous. Yes. You see that it is up a huge thing of stone that doesn't seem to have a stairway or something like that that would be easy to access it by. That throne seems pretty tough to get to. And Ori, with that check, beyond that huge shape that you felt, there is almost certainly stuff that is in there that you are not seeing. You can feel like the shadows are shifting and moving and waiting.
Does it feel like whatever presence I sense senses our presence
Make an insight check.
in its shufflings? Um, 21.
21. With a 21, you try to like sense some motive that these shadows might have, and it's hard because, again, shadows. That being said, as you wait here and you saw that giant creature just disappear from your sight, that would kind of indicate that they probably are aware of you coming.
Yeah.
And all at once, you remember Sermenti, that sort of lost individual up near the top, saying,
Shouldn't be.
"And if they take too long, he'll come too."
He's here.
For what it's worth.
I'm gonna like turn to everyone and be like, we need to be quiet. And we need to be careful. Because there are giants over there. And I think they already know that we're here.
Am I too bright? Am I too bright?
At this point, it doesn't matter. We just need to be ready because
matter. Why are we being quiet?
because we need to be ready.
Like emotionally.
Not ready. We're
Physically,
you not
mostly.
ready to die?
You gotta turn the radio down to see the numbers on the houses.
It's true.
You don't think these threads are like teleporty threads like the other threads were?
Do they look similar to the
At this distance, a thread is a thread is a thread, my man. But I mean,
like
in the sense
thinner
that,
and-
in the sense that they are certainly like there is something that is otherworldly or magical to them. Yes,
not
hard to tell.
But it doesn't
Silverpaw
seem
had
like they're
mentioned-
as like biologically, like the other ones were in the woods and felt like they were almost like a natural formation. This feels more.
Nojdaido had told you that the Shatter Fields were a result of this war. It was like a magical scar on the land. This is much more like it's hard to tell,
Intentional?
honestly. Yeah, definitely intentional.
Yeah.
It is not a
It
natural
feels more.
formation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It feels more intentional here than those.
Silverpaw had
threads?
talked about threads and seeing them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many threads are there on the throne?
innumerable?
Dozens. And every time that you shift and Minka starts shivering and the light quivers, it's like dancing across dozens, yeah.
We need to sever the threads up there.
How do we get up there?
How do you know?
With what?
That seems to make sense to me.
Okay.
Well, I'm just assuming that the throne with all of the big red threads is the throne of blood that is connecting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense, I guess.
Can anybody climb? Can anybody climb?
I mean, I'm pretty good at climbing because I got my goat hooves.
Do you need the pickaxe?
What?
I think we should try to focus on whatever's here before we go, because they're not gonna take kindly to us trying to get up there.
Oh, wouldn't maybe if we sneak?
Question.
What?
If we sever the threads, well, I don't know, do you think that would immediately cut off this connection to this realm, to ours? Should we just cut it and just run back and hope
Back
that
where?
Back to the gate that we came through and hope it's not yet closed?
If we sever the connection, then the gate's going to close.
Yeah. Agreed.
I don't know. I've never been through a portal like this before.
Yeah, same.
Oh. There were the rocks in the other place that connected to the Shadowfell. Do you think there are material plane rocks? That's like a connecting point to get home?
You mean the threads?
Probably.
Fields of Folly?
No. No. This was in like the Firefly Woods. You know how there were other rocks I wasn't supposed to touch?
Oh, yeah.
But they were connected to the Shadowfell, right? Yeah. And if it's been a mirror, do you think maybe there's an equivalent here?
I don't know if they're connected. I got the sense that...
No, that makes sense, though. You weren't there for it. Yeah, you weren't there.
Oh, okay.
They were there.
You don't know this.
Guys,
Shut up, fam.
Minka's gonna while people are talking what to do, and she's gonna quickly look around to see if she sees any crystals or rocks that would mirror the bad time rocks.
So a cool rock check, but with flavor.
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check
I
or
would
an
like to
investigation
use
check.
my
your
eye
choice.
for detail.
Go for it.
To see if there are any hidden ways up or...
Yeah, use it to detect hidden things.
Yeah.
I would like to sit down.
So as a bonus action. What was that?
15
That's
perception.
15. You look around, and here, very markedly, there isn't a lot of stone debris. There is the stone that makes up this place, and there's a lot of ash. And now that you're looking here and there are little fragments of bone, and you find one piece of gold.
Oh,
26.
Yeah, a gold coin. Yeah. Huh?
26.
oh, that's probably bad.
Yeah, that's foreboding.
Oh no.
I see a cage on the map. Does my character see that?
I would say Ori is the only one that truly sees everything as it is right now. If you want to make a perception check, I'll tell you what you can see. Ori, with that, you certainly do.
I certainly do. Find something.
Just one moment here.
I don't like that he had to go away for it.
No.
I mean, I'm assuming it's the things on the map that are gonna kill us.
No, it's
I
hidden
see-
objects or things.
My character may
But
not see
hidden
it.
objects are creatures, surely.
Like shadows.
Like shadows.
I don't know what my character sees, but I
It's
see...
not just like shadows, it is shadows.
Right there.
Oh.
Did I see or clock where the giant thing that I saw was moving, or what direction it was moving in?
Can you put this in front of the cage on the left-hand space?
Yeah, that cage, I want to roll a perception check to see if I can see what's in it.
There is something in it.
Because it
Or
looks
the
like
other
there's
thing that
something
you
in
see.
it.
Totally something in it.
Oh, there's a thing at the top.
You see gazing from the top what looks like a shadowy canine creature.
I wish my canines were done.
When you were saying that, I was like, I don't think they're going to be in time, but we'll see.
Oh, damn it.
None of those are the same figure that I saw that was like stone
No.
and long limbed.
And so you can, with that, you can intuit that likely because it's so big and you can see these little small creatures. It is out of your sight range, which means it's lurking on one of the sides of the room.
Yeah. Okay.
16 perception on the cage.
The cage seems to have somebody inside of it. They are relatively emaciated, but almost at once, what you really clock is that very much like Sermenti, they're wearing robes that are badly faded, and bear just the semblances of a black X across the chest. This was at one point a scholar of the Austenloch. But even in that, like as they kind of like slump over a little bit more, it is dark. You can't make out too many details.
I tell the group that.
Okay.
Should we try to let him out? Maybe see if he has any information that can help us?
What if he just yells, "You shouldn't be here"?
People keep saying that to us.
Alright, well, we're about to get into a fight because there's about 4, 5 shadow beings and a shadow dog up by the throne.
I don't know about all of you, but I'm not ready for that.
We have a choice, Ellie.
Yeah, I don't
Just
think
do a
we
lot
have
of
much
eldritch
of a
blast.
choice. There's also some sort of stone giant hiding in wait for us, probably somewhere off in that direction.
This sucks. Why did we agree to this?
Because the giant owl man told us we had to.
I hate that owl.
Do we
Okay,
fight
fine.
slowly for the throne, or do we try to rush to the throne and sever what's ever there?
I mean, I don't want to die,
think we deal with
so
these.
maybe we just fight first. Also, remember, someone told us there's a mean lady, and remember, Rez poofed away, but he said something about succubus, remember?
Yeah, I haven't
So, like,
seen
we
it.
need to be really careful because Rez said that the succubus can probably charm us.
Right, well,
Okay.
I think
Especially you, Ori. Be careful.
it happened one time.
I know, but this might be like a beautiful woman-shaped thing because succubus, so...
It doesn't matter the shape, it's a magical effect.
I'm just
Not
saying.
the time.
Not the time.
Guys.
Thank you, Billy. We need to move.
Okay, what's the plan? Are we sneaking?
I'm ready to blast can I blast?
I'll set up a shot. And on my signal, which will be the shot, we attack. And then I'm gonna point out all of the creatures that I see to everyone.
I'm gonna die.
So
You're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Do we hold our
I want
ground
you to
here, or do we
will
run?
Do not die.
'Cause if we want to hold our ground, I can try to put a spell that will hurt things when they try to get to us. Since it looks like a 10-foot hallway that we're in,
Yeah.
or right there.
Yeah.
I can try to do that.
So, and the
I'm
space
starting
behind
to feel
us
really glad that we
open?
killed the ooze.
Say again?
Is the space behind us
spend
kind
a
of
lot of time
open, or
talking.
is it?
Yeah, it's
the
kind of open. It's a
stairwell
ramp,
down,
and so
Yeah, so
to be at the end of that stone, at the edge of the map,
it's like
you could fall about 60 feet. For what it's worth. The rest of this is kind of sealed off by stone, and so it doesn't really pose a falling thing. But on the ramp itself,
Yeah.
probably not a place that you want to spend a ton of time on.
I'm sorry, where is the spot where we could fall?
So right where all of you are, right where you are actually, Alina, is
Oh, it's a
where
ramp.
you would
Oh,
fall
right, because
off.
we
yeah.
went up. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Like when you say fall off, you mean like fall down the stairs?
fall
No, like
backwards down
fall
a ramp.
sheer off of a 60-foot drop because this is a ramp that kind of winds and goes down, and so there's just like straight stone that falls down.
We
to
came, like,
the
up
bottom
and
part,
around, so-
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like boulders and stuff, so you're not falling on a flat surface. It's like a very subpar landing.
Thou
wish I
wilt
had
break
rest.
thy back.
I miss Rez. I miss him so much.
We should move to a better vantage point.
Okay. 1 second. Can I use my Rod of the Pack Keeper quietly, like with, or am I like?
I summon the Rod of the
Absolutely can be
Pack
crazy
Keeper.
if you want. Technically, I believe all you have to do is like squeeze the rod and use the word.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like, give me a spell back. Okay, thanks.
you have a spell back.
Thank you.
I'm kind of tapped on healing, so I'm gonna switch to the shooty shoot. If anyone has any healing potions they would like to distribute, I would do that now, and so we're not just running around the field trying to dump health potions on people.
Okay.
I've got some. I'm good.
I'm okay.
Billy casts fiendish vigor on herself, giving her some 10 HP because I'm gonna need it.
Okay, but just remember, like, Billy, you don't have to. I know your strength is sapped, so just stay back and cast Eldritch Blast. Please, please don't die. Please don't make me watch you die. Okay, thank you. We're friends again.
This is still gonna hurt.
Okay.
So what are you all doing?
I'm gonna
I'm waiting for the.
sneak up into position.
Make a stealth check.
Yeah, Minka's gonna swap
as best I can.
from Chalice to Archer.
There you go.
I'm gonna prep an action to cast Wound Beam as soon as a shadow starts moving towards it.
So again, if you prep a spell, it does burn the spell. Like so, if you hold a spell, right? Because you are
You're right. I
yeah.
forgot.
So just I would say like if you want to be like ready to get ready to cast, I would do that probably.
12.
Okay. Ori, you just kind of stumble immediately as you step in and just fall straight in your face. You like bounce back up pretty quickly, but you make a pretty good amount of noise. Never mind the fact that Minka is lit from behind by stars. Never mind the fact that you are making a tremendous amount of light already and have been sitting here whispering and giggling.
There was no giggling.
This is serious business.
Whispering. There is a
Cheshire's giggling. No.
there is
As per usual.
you stumble, and certainly if you were hidden before somehow, you are not anymore.
All right, I'm gonna shoot at the shadow monsters. Well, actually, now that I've moved forward, do I see the other?
So where are you moving to?
Beings? I guess I'd move out like 10 feet so that I'm, like, but like over one. Yeah, like rounding that corner of Craggle Rock.
Yeah, a Craggle Rock.
Actually, maybe over here. Maybe take a step back and I'll point towards that one.
Everybody can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
That's Rez. He would have been like, "Oh, Alina." One day I'll get it.
Oh, he's right there. Oh goddamn. oh goddamn.
Maybe he's the key that would come.
Yeah, I think so, but he doesn't seem nice.
That's not really.
Everybody, go ahead and roll for initiative.
Hey guys, remember when I used up all my warlock spell slots because I thought we were gonna short rest?
Eldritch Blast! Eldritch Blast, you can do it.
Alrighty, so give me 1 second to roll some things here. Oh, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Not for that roll though.
Oh no.
So much.
Okay.
This is gonna be spicy, guys.
Be very spicy.
Oh, so much
Got a
spice.
good start, but I'm also gonna get beefed on by this giant.
We're gonna die.
Okay, so anybody natural 20? Hey, there we go. Ori leading us off. 25 to 20?
Oh, 23.
23 for Billy. Great.
Carol rolled well for once.
There you go. This is a good time for it. So, 20 to 15?
19.
19 for Cheshire.
17.
17 for Alina. And then 15 to 10? Minka, where are you?
6.
What's Valis at?
Alice, where are you?
5.
We're bringing up the rear there.
So, the way that this works out, or you are leading us off, followed by Billy, followed by one of these entities, followed by Cheshire, followed by Alina, followed by. What did I write? Oh, followed by that giant, followed by those shadows, followed by those other shadows, followed by Mika, followed by Valis. So-
Wait, what?
Shadows, so we're fighting giant shadows and other
You're
shadows.
fighting 4 categories of enemies. So, or
I've only got 3 written
as
down.
you
I don't like
take that
this one
step
bit.
forward and you stumble and you pick yourself up, you're like, okay, we gotta go. And you look up and this shadow just appears right behind it. And this club is already up and ready to strike. What would you like to do?
Should we take a break?
Oh, yeah. I got so excited. I'm so sorry. So we're going to step away and take a quick break. It is 8:30. We'll be back at 8:34. We'll see you then. Good call. Thank you for reminding me. and welcome back. If you stuck with us through the break, thank you. If you are just joining us, welcome to D&D. We're rolling for initiative and getting into this combat. So the way that this worked out is you all walked up into the Shadowfell for the very first time. We're confronted by a multitude of shadows, a giant creature that Ori now looms directly over you, about to swing this club, and at least a couple other entities in this room.
So it's got some good reach there, huh?
It certainly seems like it's about to try to hit you from over there.
Cool.
Ori, what do you want to do? Billy, you're on deck. Then another creature, then Cheshire, then Alina, then the giant, then shadows, then Minka, and then Valis.
Bonus action, disengage.
So you take a step out, you fall, you pick yourself back up, and as you turn around to say, like, I'm fine, you look up and this creature's about to slam into you, so you dive back, this club into the ground directly where you were. You dodge out of the way. Where are you going?
I'm going to go behind-ish that rock over there.
Here.
Okay. So Ori, as you run over there, for what it's worth,
Yeah.
just like on the board, you almost trip as you see there is the corpse of a person sprawling underneath, and they look like they have been crushed. This stone seems to have been thrown at some point.
Don't like that. Watch out for stones.
And then disappears into the corner.
And I'm gonna make an attack at the guy who tried to hit me with the giant
Attack roll.
thing, and it's a regular attack, but it still has the elemental weapon.
Yep.
All right, that's gonna be 25 to hit,
Okay, 25 hits.
and it's just not a sneak attack. 3 cold damage
Okay.
and 8 magic piercing,
Okay.
and that's it.
You fire this attack, and it seems to do the primary amount of damage that you would like. The cold damage seems almost not quite like it would do the amount, but it does. It's like whatever is keeping this creature entangled and is inhibiting its resistances naturally in some way, but it does do the amount of damage that you would expect, not for the reasons. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty. Ori, that is your turn. You look up, and this giant has just a tiny little arrow sticking out. The ice just ting, right off. Doesn't look terribly hurt. Billy, what would you like to do?
If I can just pass through Valis' spot, right? His ally.
Yeah.
3, 6. And then Billy's going to summon a couple beams of Eldritch Blast.
All right,
because I
yeah.
don't have much to go with right now.
Alina's like, yes, Billy, doing what I said.
Billy, like, purposely doesn't make eye contact with you.
Next time Alina gets near her, she's gonna be like,
Dirty 20 and a 16.
Okay. 16. And this is against the...
The big
Okay.
boy.
Both of those hit.
Okay.
Hard to miss this looming 16-foot tall
That's
creature.
what I figured. Alright, so that's 13 and 8, so 21 points of force damage.
Very nice. And that seems to do the full amount. It just howls into him and then right into his chest. He barely moves, and you just hear him go and doesn't even take a step back. Anything else, Billy?
Nope.
Alrighty.
All my stuff's gone.
That brings us to another creature's turn.
This is what I...
So Billy, as you fire those bolts, and you see it is a of energy that dissipates across, and though it is a lot, this giant creature not really moved by it, that seems to have caught the attention of something. Billy, does an 18 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first, Billy,
Yeah.
you are taking, you are very fortunate. You are taking 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And additionally, you are taking 7 points of fire damage as that arrow into your leg. It's actually a crossbow bolt. And then all of a sudden, the bolt just ignites and burns away inside your leg.
Ow!
it disappears, but that burn seems to cinder and just leaves a smoldering mark of a ring around that wound that it does not close.
I'm already bruised as fuck.
That is that's all they'll do. That is going to bring us to Cheshire, followed by Elena.
Position.
Where,
Sure.
where did that arrow come from?
Give me a second, that's a good point.
Hell yeah.
They have line of sight on me to hit me with an arrow.
And I just watched it go right past me into your leg.
Or you don't have line of sight from where you are, but Billy, as you turn and look,
I had line of sight with the giant.
It's almost done.
This way.
Oh, I'm just seeing the arrow go
Over
by.
under,
You
over
just saw
under.
that arrow. You didn't say where.
The sexy lady.
Fuck you.
I was right.
you can see suddenly revealed by that
sexy.
shot.
It's cold here. Put on some clothes.
She is holding in front of her this crossbow. You can see it's sleek. It has a limb, barrel, and riser all being formed from dark red crimson steel that, as it catches the light that is cast by Minka's ability, seems to almost make this dazzling ruby sheen across the surface of it. And as the flames burn away inside of you, Billy, that is almost certainly what that's from. That is a magical weapon. But you can see it is held by a lithe woman who stands at about 5'10", although hard to tell because they are hovering slightly over, these leathery wings beating and holding them aloft. They are dressed in essentially a leather bikini. There's chains that hang off both of their wrists, and you can see just fiery red hair that falls down around the shoulders. It is a succubus. But they just grin, and you can see just paper white teeth from across the darkness.
The opals.
That is all that she's going to do, and that brings us to Cheshire, followed by Alina.
I'm gonna drop a hypnotic pattern in this nice little cluster right there.
Very nice.
That is a wisdom saving throw in a 30-foot cube.
Wisdom saving throw, and the effect that it's not an effect, right?
No.
30-foot cube centered where?
Centered
Like
to
it.
catch these three, but none of us.
Okay, gotcha.
For a change.
The two shadows and the giant.
The giant's
Yes,
like
and if
basically
there's
in the
anything else
corner.
within that 30 area.
Two shadows and the giant.
Right, that's 30.
What kind of save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. That is a 15 for the giant.
That is a failure.
That is a 15 for the first shadow and a 14 for the second.
Nice.
Failure across the board.
And so all across, 3 for 3, you can see this hypnotic pattern just stuns them. Oh, are they actually charmed?
Yeah.
In which case, that stone giant, not at all charmed. It seems as if they are already suffering that particular status effect, and it precludes you from doing it again. But those shadows, they love that fucking light.
Incapacitated at a speed of 0.
There you go.
Nice.
That's
That's
nice.
a game changer.
But, and I would say everybody at this point, maybe with the exception of Valis, but even probably Valis, knows that attacking these creatures will cause them to snap out of the stupor. So all of your characters would certainly remember that from previous bad
I
experiences.
remember that because that happened to me.
I remember that because that happened to me and no one
go.
attacked me.
I'm going to find a place to make myself scarce.
You're gonna find yourself.
Probably move over in the direction of Ori.
Okay. So towards your best friend, you make tracks to Ori. That is your turn, Cheshire?
Yes.
Alrighty. You tuck back in, seeing these shadows, rapt attention on this pattern. That is your turn. Alina, what would you like to do?
Well, first I'm gonna laugh because in the chat Emily said that the succubus's outfit is sold at the store that she works at. And then, okay, Alina really wants to use her new toy. I think I can do it. All right, so Alina's gonna fly.
Okay.
And she is gonna. Let's see this. With me, just.
You're not hitting me. Are you planning to hit those shadows?
No, I'm gonna try really hard not to. maybe I'm just gonna point blank it. Yeah. All right. Alina is pronking, flying away. Can I have a 3D placement? And as she does so, as she pronks up, she's like taking the amulet of fickle cold out. She's holding it. She's like, yeah. Now's the time. And so she's gonna just pronk until she's like right over here. Right there.
Okay.
She's essentially going to get right up next to the giant's head.
Yeah.
And be like, fickle cold.
Okay. So go ahead and make your competing check. Remind me of what it was. Even though I homebrew this.
Spell.
Oh boy, what's going on here?
Where's the? Oh, sorry. I have to
Yours, it's
find
an
the
item.
Okay, this is a fun item. Amulet of fickle cold. Competing check using my spellcast. Oh no, using the spellcasting modifier.
No, using yours.
Using mine. Okay, charisma.
Charisma. Okay. Ooh.
Versus who?
The giant.
Versus the giant's charisma spellcasting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna. I need a measuring tape. Thank you, though.
6.
5 on the die.
Okay.
So 10.
Damn, so that's good. So if it wasn't, and that's one of the funny things about this is it really is designed so that if you try to do it against somebody who is good at what you're good at, that's when you run the risk. This giant, not. And so as you cast that, there is an explosion of cold that erupts from this amulet. Alina, you are knocked for flavor like 10 feet back, and you zoom back to where you were, still pushing this cold in front of you. The giant is like blasted up from the shoulders up. Roll that damage.
It's 8d8, so just give me a second.
I have 3 here.
Oh, thank you. That's perfect. I got it. Yeah, it's level. The item casts the spell at level 5.
Cool. That was what? Cone of Cold?
Cone of Cold, but it can also cast it backwards. And so
So that's what the check is for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is why I was like. I'm so sorry. Bear with me just a second.
I was thinking when I designed it specifically about things like that hallway, where if you cast it and it goes backwards, your whole party is just right there.
Ooh, shiny numbers.
They're not particularly high, though.
There's 3 that are?
But they look good.
Yeah, they look good. Okay, so we've got.
That's all that matters.
10, 20, 30. 32
Welcome back,
points of cold damage.
32 points of cold damage.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And so that
That's just
erupts
one.
across this, doubling the amount of damage that they had had previously.
One of the other boxes.
They had kind of stumbled with Billy's 2 blasts, but as that erupts over, for the very first time, they have to take a step back. The explosive blast almost knocking them over, but they stand. Anything else, Alina?
No, I feel pretty proud of myself.
There you go. You fly directly in front of this giant, and it is their turn. So, Alina, you seem to have caught its attention.
Come at me, bro.
Swings this club back, like swinging it up like a baseball bat, and it's going to take 2 attacks against you. The first one, swinging forward, is going to be a natural. Well, hang on, this might be cocked. Is cocked. It really didn't look cocked. I'm glad I checked.
We are too.
So instead, it is going to be a 12.
No.
And so swings, and it's like the arm still frozen, encrusted in ice, has to shatter that. The axe goes down. That is a natural 20. I love this dice. It's
Reroll that.
okay, still gonna hit. That's a 23.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's a 26.
Yeah.
But not a critical. Damn. Damn.
Who you giving that
You guys are stealing
advantage
stuff
to?
from me.
That's good.
There. Thank you.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, so the steel is going to be hit, and so with the backhand, Elena, you are struck and take 22 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams into you, and you kind of spin end over end, but you manage to stay upright. That is both of its attacks. It is going to move.
What's Echo doing over here?
What's what?
Echo's hanging out over there.
Yeah, Echo's cool.
Echo is whooping my
Make
dice.
sure your arms cut on the thing. Okay.
It's so basically right now it is stepping under Alina and is like swinging with this club, trying to bat like a fly.
Ow,
And
ow,
Alina
ow, ow.
just, like moving, dodging for the most part, but then one just slams into you. That is its turn. However, that brings us to the shadows. To both sets of shadows. So
One set of shadows is
Busy.
yeah, there's one left. Could you
that
move the
look
one
right?
in the cage up to Ori?
No, don't do that.
Where?
It is going to.
This side?
No.
Like this?
I'm not doing anything. He's hanging
And then these two dogs, can you put down on the far edge of the second plateau? They leap down, and in the air, they just become these dots of shadow and
Like that?
down to the floor and just reappear. The one that's forward, you can move them back just one space. Perfect.
Notice when whoever did that, I hate you.
And so none of my guys will get there except for the stone giant, which during this turn. So I have. Nobody gets to do a time. But the shadows all do just rush forwards, and they are getting significantly closer. Two of them just drool. But that is all of the shadows' turn. That is going to bring us to. What did I write? Oh, Minka. What would you like to do? Followed by Valis.
Okay, so
Hounds was that word.
I have my archer up.
Okay.
So, I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a battlefield that because of the height of it, you definitely have to stand for. I just see the throne and the mountain.
So I have line of sight for the giant, though, right? Even though I'm down. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna aim at that boy. So that is going to be a ranged spell attack.
What are you casting?
It's just the arrow.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was terrible. 11.
11, and 11 is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Yeah, figured. All right, cool. And then, because there's not much else I can do, I'm going to stay where I am,
Okay.
though with my action, because that was my bonus action. I will produce flame just to get it ready.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna be holding that
The light
tiny.
level doesn't really change because
No, that was
the
already
celestial light
glowing.
much brighter, but you have the fire. No
Have the
problem.
fire.
That is your turn, Minka. That brings us to Valis. Or you're on deck.
Alright, I'm going to move over to here. Actually, yeah, that's
Olive wants to sign off in a res voice. I do too.
I'll try.
I think I'll move here.
Okay.
So,
You got this, Alina.
am I flanking that shadow that
You certainly are now, yeah.
Alright, I think I'm going to.
Or all of a sudden, it's like you see a tiny ring of shadow around that rock, and then it just rises up.
Oh, like that.
And Valis closes behind it, and all of a sudden, Valis, go ahead. You're making an attack roll?
First I'm gonna cast. I want to cast.
What you doing?
I'll cast Magic Weapon on myself.
All right.
So two attacks on this guy. The shadow with advantage. That's a 9 and a 12.
Total?
Just bring it up.
Okay.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Okay.
We like that.
Well, so that's gonna be 14 magical slashing.
Very nice.
Then I'll attack him again.
Okay.
22.
That hits.
I'm gonna smite.
Okay, yeah. So rushing from behind.
Guns.
So let's see. For the slashing damage, that is 2, 3, 8 regular slashing, and then for the radiant, 11 radiant.
So 22 points of radiant damage.
Hell yeah.
It is still just barely a flickering element of shadow. You can barely see it, but it is still up. It is like it's like not there and then there and then not there and then there, but still up.
Okay.
Anything else?
I think that will be it.
Alrighty. Very close to dead is that shadow. Valis, that is your turn. You now stand flanking it with Ori, and you are acutely aware of the fact that this giant behind you is just stomping over there. But that is your turn. Top of the round, Ori. What would you like to do? Billy, you're on deck.
So I can't see up to the throne from where I am.
You can't see the throne. You can see the succubus now.
Okay.
They've been revealed. You can also see the shadow dogs that have been leaping towards you.
Is it too steep for me to move this direction, or can I? Is it like
That would probably be like an action to
climbing
use an
or-
athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna insightful fighting on the succubus.
Okay.
So it's the contested deception insight.
Oh, good. It's her deception.
I believe so. Yes.
22.
18.
Unfortunately, as you look in the darkness, all you see is white teeth and this gleaming magical weapon. Not much else.
Okay. I will then still take a. Ooh. I'm gonna provoke an opportunity attack if I shoot that thing.
It's fun though.
If I shoot anything, it still provokes. If I shoot, yeah, I
you
gotta.
doing?
You'll just have, unless I'm wrong,
only if
you'll
you
have
leave, right?
disadvantage on the range attack.
Correct.
But you don't
Right.
get provoke. You don't provoke.
That's
attack
Starfinder.
opportunity.
Oh, I'm getting
Because
them
it's
all
leaving
mixed up.
the space.
Okay, then I guess I'll just shoot that, and it's balanced
What's
because
that?
we have the shadow.
Oh, the shadow itself.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna destroy the shadow
Make your attack roll.
because it's
Flat
threatening
roll.
us. Flat roll. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Nice. 29.
29 hits. Absolutely hits.
Nice.
And that's ridiculous. That, how the fuck did that even happen?
What are you doing over there?
It was like
Cheating.
the D4 landed on the side.
Oh,
so it
I've
was
had
like
that happen before too. Yeah.
But that's 2 magical ice cold.
That's all you needed. So that tiny little bit of ice just shedding from the side of the arrow before the arrow even impacts. This tiny flickering bit of shadow is erupted. 2 points of damage is all you needed.
Cool. And then can I try to
Phallus, you're like, that was my kill.
Stolen.
I guess I'm gonna try to give myself some cover from this crossbow that's being fired, but like still keeping relative line of sight.
So where are you going?
Just kind of like tucking more into the.
Like this way.
Yeah, just tucking in there a little bit more.
Okay. You get over, you step on the hand of this corpse and like lift your foot and shift a little bit, but you were there. That is your turn, Ori?
Yep, that's it.
Alrighty, Billy, what would you like to do?
All right, Billy's gonna draw her sword,
Okay.
green flame blade,
Yeah.
Get him.
and because she's attacking with her sword, she gets an extra 10 feet of movement. Question:
Yes.
real big guy
Yeah.
can walk through feet to the other side?
Yeah, you imagine if you leave, that's technically not leaving the range of attack. As long as you don't leave, it won't provoke an attack of opportunity. Yeah, I'll double check later and see if that's how it's ruled, but it makes
Because I'm
sense.
still in his space.
Yeah,
There we go.
I think because tiny creatures go under
and
that's what I'm thinking.
standard.
I'm a hitter.
I'm not totally sure. So I'm
Are you flanking it?
I already have advantage, so I don't get
But yes.
supernatural advantage.
We're flanking from up here because I'm like, ah!
Like a triangle.
All right, so that is a 17 to hit giant guy.
17 just hits.
And I'm going to spend a bardic to mobile flourish.
Yeah.
It's less good for Cheshire.
Chester's just like, that.
Wait.
This is the-
Is that gives it,
right
she
there?
takes it, and Alex.
I mean, can you balance the dice on it?
I mean, technically, no, it's caught in my dice tower.
Then no. There you go.
All right. So that's all right. 6 points plus 1 plus 2, 9 points of magical piercing
Okay.
and 4 points of fire damage. He gets pushed 6 feet, so 5.
He like stumbles a little bit into one square, and then he's like, "No."
And then I can use my reaction to move an additional 5 feet immediately. And then that's, I was there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So I'm right here.
Okay.
How tall is this stone thing here?
That is 10 feet.
Cool. I'm going to bonus
Or
action.
sorry, give me 1 second here. What we're talking about right now.
The big.
This right here is about like 5 feet. This right here, we're talking about 10 feet. Same thing to up here, and then another like 10 feet up from here to there.
Okay.
In terms of relative height.
Bonus action healing word on myself,
Okay.
because I'm not doing great.
There you go.
All right. So that's 7 points of healing for me.
As that wound on your leg heals and the smoldering kind of stops, there is a mark on your leg that looks very much like an arcane sigil, for what it's worth.
Cool.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
No.
In fact, Billy, as a bard, it almost looks like a musical note.
I don't like that. And then Billy free action shouts, "Alita, let's move!"
Right. You all hear this shouted through the darkness. That is your turn, Billy. That does bring us to this succubus. The succubus seems to be very much focusing on you, Billy. And you watch as they take this weapon and they fire again.
Do you have line of sight? She's up against a 10-foot.
Oh, good point.
I thought, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter because she's got the thing and nothing. No, but that's
No, this is a very valid point. Give me 1 second.
It's a ballast
yeah.
point.
Excited.
Instead, she is going to fly.
The string.
Here, can I have the one that you're using for your cat?
Actually, this one's probably better.
Yeah, that is probably better. I was looking for this one.
replace the cat, never move the cat. He has a donut.
It protects us.
The cat is happy.
I've got all the little guys.
And Billy, he suddenly,
Watch over the dice
these
tonight.
wings bring her over top you. And the light is coming from behind you, and so it doesn't create like a shadow. They are going to take, now that they're in a closer range, 2 shots against you. And Billy does a 22 hit.
Yep.
Does a 19 hit.
Yep.
Okay, Billy. For that first attack, you are taking 8 points of piercing damage plus 4 points of fire damage plus 7 points of fire damage, and all of a sudden, as that arrow sinks into you, that magical looking mark just doubles in size. Looks like a more complex note, and that fire damage seems to compound with each additional hit.
I think something bad is happening.
Really?
The second arrow that
me
strikes you as
specifically.
part of that volley is going to deal 5 piercing damage plus 1 fire damage plus 5 fire damage plus 3 fire damage.
Oh, down.
9 fire damage.
Yes.
Could we get a total?
9 total from that for the fire. 5 from the piercing.
Just saying 9 doesn't
14
have
total.
quite as many teeth as that list of numbers you gave.
Every time that they fire and sink an arrow into you, that mark grows larger, and all of a sudden, Billy, now there are musical notes that are across that leg, burned into your flesh, that are continuing to singe.
Billy is on death's door.
Yeah. So that is her turn. Oh, actually, you know what? She's going to move 20 feet back. Why not use the float roll?
Oh.
We're not in Starfinder.
Wow, she can move.
She's got 60 feet of flying.
Oh my god.
So that is her turn. That brings us to Cheshire, followed by Alina. Cheshire, you watch as Billy is just unloaded into, begins to burn with these arrows and disappear as they do. What do you want to do?
Well, I am uncomfortable with this giant now bearing down on me, so I'm gonna go kick Ori out of his space.
What?
How are you doing that?
I just want to live.
Make an athletics check. Ori, are you contesting that?
Your next is your judgment.
Kind of, but I feel like...
Yes or no? Are you rolling the dice or no?
No, I'm not contesting
Okay.
it.
So Cheshire, you haul Ori out of the corner, slide him
if I
away.
Enough
wanted
that I
to.
can squeeze in and take
Yeah,
the spot.
no problem.
And then
You wedge in.
I'm like lining up the shot and you purposely hit my elbow.
using
Up into the air.
Billy on the way.
Hell yeah.
Not that it's
Very
gonna
nice.
do much, but that's
Better than nothing. It was a single point away from death, so thank you.
Every little bit counts.
and that's what I got.
Alrighty. You heal, you move into that space and throw Ori out of the way. That is Cheshire's turn. That brings us to Alina, followed by the giant.
I'm not gonna.
Alina, what do you want to do?
Okay, Alina's like, let's move. Are you sure? Billy, you're not looking. Okay. She's gonna. All right, so I'm still flying. I'm not actually being held by him, right?
No.
This is
No.
just a.
No,
That's just
it's
a good
it's hard to
Comedic.
picture you
All
fly.
right, I'm gonna fly toward Billy.
Okay.
No attack of opportunity. Cool, that's awesome.
I'm just trying to think about whether or not he's smart enough to hold it for Billy. I don't think he is. So he is going to attack you, Alina, as you leave that range. That is going to be a 19 to hit. Yeah. Okay. Second here.
This better be fucking worth it.
That's it. That's it.
Alina, you are taking 20 points of bludgeoning damage as this club into you and slams in. The ice is like fully broken away from the previous spell.
Yeah.
That is your movement.
Well, it's not all my movement,
yeah.
so I'm gonna come over here to the other side.
Okay.
And Alina's like, she looks at herself, she looks at Billy, and she's like, no, we're getting out of here. And she's gonna grab Billy's hand and thunder step. And they're gonna come back here behind Minka.
No.
Fantastic.
Take them.
No.
Is that going to hit anybody?
No, it's not. I specifically came away from the shadow.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's 10. It's a 10 feet.
Okay, so
do
it's
I
going to
get
miss.
these guys? No.
I think it's going to miss him if it's 10 feet. If it's 15, it will hit him.
No, it's 50. It's 10.
Okay.
So yeah, where we pop into existence behind Minka, and both of us are like,
Mika suddenly just, the warlocks appear. And that is a free action.
yeah.
Anything else, Alina?
Remember when Minka said she was tapped out on healing?
No, and Alina like coughs up a little blood, and she's like,
That is Alina's turn, and that brings us to this giant. So,
either that or Cheshire, and I don't think I could.
Valis, you're right there.
I am right there.
There's no
And yeah,
behind.
Alina is so you watch the giant like turns and swipes, and
Yeah.
Alina is just gone. So it turns around, and the eyes just find you, and you see pinpoint pupils. There's something weird going on with this creature's mind, but it winds up, and it's going to take 2 attacks against you. That is going to be a 13 to hit
Miss.
and an 18 to hit.
Miss.
So this creature just swings, slams down. You roll to one side, slams down. Dark Souls roll to the other side. You stand back up. You're ready to go. This creature can't get you.
Why is he just rolling around?
As he's slamming into the ground.
Dodge like
Now,
a normal
you just hear,
person.
not anger, but this creature is just. And then just goes to swing again. But that is its turn, and that brings us to the shadows. 2 of them are unable to do anything, and that one got wrecked by so that brings us to the hounds. The 2 hounds We're gonna leap off of this.
It'd be really cool if they didn't.
One is going to. Okay.
All right, you know what? You're right.
One to base contact with Ori. It's going to be standing on that corpse's legs, and the other one is in the other square, threatening Valis.
Oh, he's
Now,
gonna be laying on
surely this is some kind of dexterity check to stand on a corpse's legs.
No, the corpse is really more for flavor. If it was like, it's terrain.
Difficult terrain?
No, it's legs. So that is going to be Ori.
Okay.
some legs.
Does a 20 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Valis is a 14 hit.
No.
Okay. Ori, you take 7 points of piercing damage. Okay. You take 3 points of piercing damage, and your strength goes down by 2.
Oh, that's not.
That is the hounds. They stand in that space. There's no sound, there's no growls, just darker eyes and dark bodies. But that is their turn. That brings us to Minka, followed by Valis. Minka, the warlocks are behind you. What do you want to do?
I know you said you don't have any healing, but it's safe here.
I mean, it looks between the like it looks at the two of them and just goes, "Cut already." And
Jesus, got like a bow and go wait. I'm feeling shit.
she's going to bonus action shoot the giant again, and then that should hit 24.
Okay. With a 24, you absolutely do hit.
Okay, so that is can I have one of my d8s back?
Oh, you can have all of them.
Oh, we got another. Oh, no.
What'd you get? Whoa.
Nothing. No.
I got a whoa now.
The
man.
chat
Not a
scrolled up
challenge
to
talent.
the wheel, so I was like, "Oh, we got another one," but we didn't. It was.
Do it, Talon. Don't do it.
That's a total of 8 radiant damage.
Radiant damage against which?
Cat.
The giant.
Giant. Yeah.
Just does the normal amount of damage that you would expect.
Okay, cool. And then she just kind of like quickly looks between Alina and Billy.
And they just point at each other.
She reaches out and sees a bunch of hits. So evens or odds.
Evens.
All right, she hits Alina.
Billy.
And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
There you go. A little bit of healing into Alina, and Alina, every bit counts. That is your turn, Minka, or anything else?
Yeah, we're gonna stay here.
Valis, while Minka calculates this healing, what would you like to do?
That's so many.
Yeah.
How badly hurt does the giant look?
15.
Hard to tell. Not terribly.
Does he look shadowy and wispy? Or
No.
does he just look like a regular stone giant?
As the radiant energy strikes into him from Minka's attack, doesn't seem to do that crazy burning sensation with the shadows.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
Let's see. And, 2 attacks on the hound that I'm flanking with Ori.
Okay, go for it. Make your attack rolls.
Advantage?
Yes. Yes. Man, Cheshire, you're feeling pretty good about shifting Ori out of there.
I'm not.
17 plus 7, 24 to hit.
24 hits.
And that will be 11 magical slashing.
Okay.
Second attack. More on the die. That 25 to hit.
25 definitely hits, yeah.
Alright.
We like those good numbers.
We love a good number.
What the numbers?
Yeah. Fuck it, we smite.
There we go. Yeah, go for it. Smite. Roll damage on this. You hit the dog once, and the sword seems to almost pass through, and it reforms on the other side. And then, switching your grip, the edge of your sword begins to glow, and you pull it up.
Can I take 2d8?
Of course. We need more D8s. There's
more D8s.
That's the dice that we need. I've been running it all day.
14 magical slashing and numbies. 10 radiant.
10 radiant, which is actually 20 radiant. And so
yeah.
you go straight through the dog, it reforms, and as you twist the blade and the edge begins to glow, you swing up and it explodes radiant light out, and you see the entire creature is bisected before it just ripples into ash away and just dust all around you.
The one that we were.
Between Ori and Valis.
Hell yeah.
Very nice. Anything else, Valis?
Let's see.
I want to look at the dog.
Oh, I still have movement. I'm gonna move now over here.
People make
Okay.
really sad.
So you skirt to the other side, slamming into this thing. As you cut it in half and it just turns to ash, you go through the ash cloud and just emerge on the other side of the other hound. That is your turn, Valis.
Yep.
Top of the order, Ori. You are thrust out of your safe corner and all of a sudden surrounded by enemies. What do you want to do? Yeah, you get bit by a dog. You got your laughter behind you. What do you want to do?
The bite.
I don't see a dog.
Not anymore. I am going to. Am I in the range of this giant?
Hard to tell.
At this point.
Its arms are really long, and so that's something you might want to take into account.
If he were to reach out his hand for a high five, could the giant hit it with a high five?
Is that what you're doing with your action?
Maybe it'll break the charm.
Do you have a climb speed? No. It's an athletics check, and then depending on the number, that's what's happening.
Okay. Because I'd like to try and like disengage up onto the like mezzanine area.
Yeah, sure. If you want, you can make an athletics check. So bonus action disengage, action athletics check.
Okay. Action athletics check. I'm gonna just go around it and disengage. So
Only way Billy's getting up there.
Or you turn and you go to parkour and your foot just slides down the wall.
I'm gonna be like, Valis, cover me, I can't get a shot. And then steady aim, I'm just gonna take my shot.
There you go.
From there.
Point blank.
Fuck it. I'm shooting the succubus flying up there.
Yeah.
Break the concentration.
First attack on the succubus.
We'll have a giant on our side.
On our side.
Surely.
It will just.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
He's still.
All right.
Oh.
25 to hit.
25 hits.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I should roll damage for that.
Then we got hurt.
Ideally,
We were gonna.
that would be the ideal
We had such a
situation.
cool plan.
All right.
What you doing?
I'm rolling dice.
Roll damage. Roll damage.
I'm rolling dice. Is what I'm doing. Okay. So that's
Hell yeah.
So that's 2 cold damage,
Okay.
and then
Yes, Mom.
17 magical piercing.
The cold doesn't seem to do as much as you would like it to do. The magical piercing does full damage.
And that's my turn.
All right. So the arrow sinks in, and you see she just turns. The wings have to flap extra hard to keep her upright, but she turns. And Billy, all of a sudden, that magical energy on your leg just disappears.
Yes.
Nice.
Well done.
Guys, I think things aren't as sucky. They still suck. Don't
Anything
get me
else,
wrong.
That's it for me.
Cool. Billy, what would you like to do?
Math question.
Yeah.
Within 120 feet, succubus, yes?
Within 120 feet.
I calculated it earlier for my longbow.
The hypotenuse.
From Billy, though, because
Yeah.
Billy's all the way
No.
over here.
Yeah. I'm. Just shifting
You're
the.
100 feet away.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Both the warlocks are like.
Because I had calculated from.
We're just gonna do
everything.
I will say
Yeah.
part of the math in her using this weapon also would suggest that that's about 120 feet. Yeah.
I can't do everything that I want to do, but I can Eldritch Blast ish.
The hypotenuse.
All right, so that is 18 for one and math 21 for the second.
Nice.
Both hit. The 18 barely hits.
All right, so that's 5 plus 3, so that's 8 points plus 7, so 15 points of force damage.
15 points of force damage. Doesn't seem to do quite as much as you would like.
Shocker. And then a second level healing word.
Very nice. So now that this mark is shed, you feel like you can actually do real healing. And as you all apply it, it takes full hold. That hole in your leg just disappears. Well done. Anything else, Billy?
That is all.
Okay. So, the succubus is now looking at you, Ori, and she is going to. Yeah. Okay.
No, not yeah. Not yeah. No.
Never, yeah.
It's hard to read stuff here. Can you move her to the edge of the mezzanine you were calling? Yeah, 5 feet closer. There. Yeah. Right,
Here?
Right there.
Is she still 20 feet up?
Yes. So she's probably about 40
We
feet
are
away
all
from Ori.
feverishly mapping over here. Every time
Can you
she
go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw,
Is
please?
this against
It
magical?
is against being charmed. It is not a magical effect.
Okay, but it's against being charmed, so I have advantage.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Ori. You got this. Do
This is
not.
like the biggest roll
I'm
ever.
so stressed out right now.
Oh.
What's that, Ori?
Oh, no.
Ori, as you look over and these eyes, these burning eyes catch sight of you, you look
to be my character.
and you are charmed as you see this powerful, fierce woman rise over everything. From this thing, it's less that she is this like beautiful, sexy creature, and more that like you can see the dark like leather dripping down, almost like shadow and blood. You can see these eyes seem to burn from within. She is scary, and you feel like if you do not obey her, she will burn you from the inside out.
Oh, that's good.
And suddenly you are. Well, literally and figuratively, you are very motivated to do what she wants you to do. And you know what? She wants you to fight the rest of these guys.
Like the giant? I can do that.
For what it's worth, the giant doesn't seem especially friendly to you, and so potentially, if it was closer than one of your allies, you could attack it. But you are feeling real motivated to attack your friend.
Oh.
That is their action, and then they are going to fly 10 feet backwards.
Ori, we need to discuss your relationships.
In your mind, Ori,
Ori's armor.
in your mind, Ori, you can just say, "This would be so many coins for the collection. Please fetch them for me." And you are charmed. That is going to be her turn. That brings us to Cheshire and then Alina. Cheshire.
That coin that she has.
Do I see Ori kind of lose his wits?
You see Ori suddenly become much less focused on this battle.
Malice, I hope you can do that again. Dropping hypnotic pattern and casting hold person on the giant.
Okay.
That is a wisdom saving throw for him.
0.
He is paralyzed.
Oh, man. And so all of a sudden, as he swings and slams down, Alina flies over, Billy runs under the legs, then dashes to the side, and they teleport and thunderstep away. He raises up and looks like he's about to throw the club, and then just freezes. And he is unable to move.
That is
Very nice. You were concentrating, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Bardic for Valis as well. And then is Ori technically considered an enemy at this point, or
I would say you probably aren't 100% sure, and so not
Since
yet.
like session 7.
I was going to say,
No more than
if
per
you don't
usual.
consider him an enemy, I don't know what that is. No more than usual. Oh,
very well.
Lord.
I'll hold it there then.
Okay, no worries. That is your turn. Cheshire, Alina, what would you like to do?
Cry.
Free action.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
It's established.
Okay.
It's right here.
I can actually think of one creature that couldn't cry as a free action. Was part of one of our
So sad.
one of our one-shot games.
Really upsetting.
La Llorona, yeah.
Wait, are those shadows?
Okay, so did I notice that force damage didn't seem to do as much as...
Yes, you certainly do.
And You said she's about 100 feet away. Really?
Yes.
A little closer now. What you doing?
Eldritch Blast is the only fucking game in town. Alright, fine. Just Alina, who is still flying, is gonna, now that Billy's looking better, she's just gonna like raise up just because it looks cool. She's gonna be like, I knew you were gonna charm Ori. You suck. And she's gonna fire 2 Eldritch Blast. Ha, ha. That's gonna be a miss and a 24.
Okay. So with the miss, that is a miss.
14.
That is a miss. And a 24 does hit.
Okay.
Alina shouts out from rising above the stones, I knew you were gonna charm him, and throws his Eldritch
He's so
Blast.
weak! Oh god, it was so obvious. Oh god, you have to do it. It's so unfair. Okay, so that's 11 points of force damage and 3 bludgeoning.
Hey, there you go. Is it magic bludgeoning?
I don't know. It comes from my genie powers. Probably not. Otherwise, it would say so.
So unfortunately, only 1 point of damage from that. But yeah,
There's
much
more
less
where that
damage than you
came
got
from.
before. Okay, no worries. You yell that out in your mind. If you are going to yell that out, you do hear. She says, "The weak must serve the strong. You will too." That is your turn, Alina.
Get ready to serve me, then.
At the end of the giant's
Reaction,
turn.
last word.
At the end of the giant's turn, does it get to make a save?
It does. It's
So,
another wisdom
At
save.
the end of its turn, 9.
That's a failure still.
There you go. So that's the giant's turn. He just trembles in place. That brings us to the shadows. They have what? 3 turns left.
They're
They
released.
have been
Oh, they're
released
released.
because they are now.
Gotcha. Right. Love it.
Swapped.
So those 2 that were previously hypnotized are now.
Lesser of 2 evils.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I think that's a much better trade.
for sure.
Also,
Oh, he did a
I for
little
one hate this trade.
style.
attacks that are within 5 feet of the giant have advantage, and it's an automatic critical if you hit him.
Put this right in front of Minka, please. Minka, a shadow rises up in front of you, and Valis, a shadow rises up behind you.
Question. Does it? So when Alina hit the succubus, was it concentrating?
No.
Oh, yeah, that
No. That's a good. Yeah. Good. I see what you're asking. No, doesn't seem to be. Whatever is going on with Ori does not seem to be magic, and so it does not require concentration.
It's just pure riz.
Straight up, their Riz stat is 18. Yeah. Okay, so that is the shadow. One of them is going to take an attack against you, Valis. Does an 8 hit?
It does not.
All right. And then the other one, Minka, rushing up in front of you, that is going to be a 19 to hit.
Oh boy.
Okay. Minka, you are taking only 6 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Minimum damage. However, your strength score is reduced by 2. That is both of the shadows. There's only 1 hound left, correct?
Correct.
And that hound is in base contact with Ori still?
No.
Oh, no, with Valis. Okay. Valis, the hound wheels around and snaps at you. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
And you are going to be taking 8 points of piercing damage, and your strength score is reduced by 3.
Do I not get a save against that?
No.
Oh, I hate that.
That is the shadows. That is the hounds. That brings us to Minka, followed by Valis.
All right. So that attack did cause me to drop concentration. So
Well, that's good.
Oh, wait, no, that's good.
I mean, it's good,
Kind of.
but it's bad. But it's okay.
Like, if it had to happen, at least.
Is the time to
It's
do
the
it.
time to happen. So
It's better that I
the
don't shoot
shadow is, I'm
magic
assuming, right up
arrows.
in my face today.
Yes.
I am.
Hooray!
So you need to be at
He's
least
so weak.
Yeah, just not melee, like not base contact for a ranged attack. For ranged attack to not be dumb.
Correct. Dumb. Yeah.
Yeah,
Disadvantage. We call it the dumb also.
dumb. Yeah.
Is
okay.
it the dumb?
So she's just gonna just gonna try to take a page out of Alina's book and just fucking point blank it.
There you go. Yeah, you're doing the dumb.
Up there, Alina's like, yeah.
A total of 15?
15 against the
Shadow.
60 feet, I think.
that misses, unfortunately, just barely.
So that was my bonus action. For my actione, she's gonna go like, dang it, and just reach forward and cast Shocking Grasp.
Yeah, go for it. Nice.
So,
May the spell attack.
16?
16 electric? Or sorry, lightning?
No, 16 to hit.
16 to hit. 16 does hit.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
All right, so that is not bad damage wise. 11 lightning damage.
11 lightning damage. All right. For what it's worth, doesn't seem to do quite as much as you would hope it would, but still damage. Anything else, Minka?
Minka's gonna turn her head to Billy and then point at one of her pockets and go, potion? And then
Reaction, gesticulate. That is your turn. Valis, what would you like to do? And then we're at the top of the round. What you doing, Valis?
Probably attack the thing.
I'll probably attack the thing.
Yeah.
Probably one of the three things.
Yeah. I'll attack the thing that is held.
Okay.
So with advantage.
Yeah.
20 on the first die.
That's,
And it's an automatic critical.
yeah.
Do I get double crit then?
No. It's just you just double the
I think
dice.
so.
You get it in
You
your
hit the giant woolly cell, that's an automatic critical.
Let's see. Alright. So that's gonna be 14, 7 on the die, so 14 plus. Oh, right, it's less because my strength is gone. 19 damage.
19 points of damage. All right, and that's just
Magical slashing.
Okay.
That's still good. We still take
Oh, wait, I need to roll for my concentration. Made it. Okay.
There you
So yeah, so it did 19 magical.
There we go.
Then I'll attack it again.
Okay.
6 and 19 on the die, so that's
19 hits.
24. All right.
4 definitely hits.
And so let's see. 10, 15 magical slashing on the guy.
Okay. You slash into it again and again, and as it's held, it can't even move. First, you open up on the calf. You can see muscles spill out of the wound. You cut up on the thigh. This creature is like sinking down to one knee, almost unable to hold itself upright. It's starting to look pretty rough.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think I have a bonus action left, so I will chug a potion.
Okay, there you go. You pop off this thing and then just disappears. Take that healing, and then that is your turn?
Yep.
Alrighty, top of the round, Ori. What would you like to do, Billy? You're on deck.
So I'm probably gonna.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Sorry, bud. Steady aim and shoot at Valis.
There you go. Valis, all of a sudden, Ori aims at you, and you're like, oh, Ori's going to shoot something behind me. You turn. There's like nothing behind you. You turn, and then Ori just lets the arrow go.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah, that's 29.
Oh my god, it's 29.
Yeah, that hits.
And I would say, I think this is a sneak attack.
It is. Yeah, it's a sneak attack because I steady aim.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is what I would do.
Silvery Barbs. Reroll that shit.
Very nice.
How does that work?
Yeah, how does that work with my elven accuracy?
Or with
I
advantage?
have
You
advantage.
so reroll the highest die presumably, because it's
Okay.
reroll 1d20,
Yeah, it's
right?
reroll the.
What were the other two?
I think it was like
It was like
two
a
single
5 and a
digits.
yeah. It was like a 5.
So reroll 1 dice, and then that's going to be the dice basically.
Yeah.
roll like you're being charmed.
Yeah. 15.
Misses.
Alice, you can have the advantage on that one.
So you pull
It's
back,
only fair.
you fire, and Valis, you
Hit it back,
turn,
right?
it hits the plates of your armor and just bounces off. You just barely turn it aside. You feel the bruise already forming, but no real damage. What else, Ori?
That's it for
There
me.
you go. Or you stand there, it's hazy, things are weird. You can't really tell who is who. It's like something is clouding your vision. But that is your turn. Billy, what would you like to do?
Do we get a save at
Billy.
the end or no?
No.
Dang, that's a tough one.
He's gonna go forward and be like, I don't have one, and then gets in between the shadow and the giant.
The potion.
I have a potion.
I don't have one.
No.
Yeah, I could use one right now.
I'm
Billy
going
just
to
runs by you.
Green flame blade attack the giant.
Automatic advantage, and it is a critical if you hit.
Yes. So it's a 17 to hit the giant.
17 just hits.
Yeah, it
That is
does.
a critical.
Now question.
Yeah.
It's a crit with a green flame blade, which means I deal fire damage to both him and the shadow boy behind me.
Okay.
Do I double the damage on the shadow boy?
It's a critical hit. Absolutely.
Nice.
All right. Well, we're just gonna make this extra sassy, and we're going to slashing flourish and burn my last bardic.
Very nice.
What does that do?
It's extra stuff.
It does things.
More pain for the enemy.
Hold on, I gotta make sure I put all the thing, with it, and does the damage to the thing behind me. Okay, here we go. All right. So that's 6 plus 2. That's 8 plus 6 is 14. Yeah, 14 points of magical piercing damage to the giant,
Okay.
and 6 points of magical piercing damage to the guy behind me.
Okay.
And then that's 7 plus 3, so that's 10 points of fire damage to the guy behind me and 8 points of fire damage to the giant.
8 points of fire damage to the giant. Okay, cool. So you swing the flame blade across, and as this creature is just stunned, inert, you slash across the or the lower torso where you can reach, and instantly the stomach opens up, and you can just see just like blood rushing out and over the knees and legs and onto the ground. This creature falling apart, but still up. Anything else, Billy?
Bye-bye spell slots.
There you go.
Healing word.
You heal yourself one last time. That is Billy's turn. That brings us to the succubus. So the succubus is going to fly down to Ori.
Oh, but we're friends now, aren't we?
No damage?
It's gonna
Like,
be
next to him?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, and then down 20 feet.
I did what she told
So she is
me to
hovering
do.
5 feet above you. Actually, Ori, you feel as she sits on your shoulders, the wings lowering her down, both legs just wrap over your chest, and then she reaches down. And can you make a Constitution saving throw? Oh, hang on one sec.
I'm sorry, did you say her legs wrap around his chest?
Yep.
It's like we're playing chicken, but we're not in a pool.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage as you are charmed?
Are you in Valis's radius of?
No.
Valis isn't an ally, right? Or sorry, Ori isn't an ally.
Constitution?
True.
My best stat, certainly. Oh! Dang.
Ooh.
It was a natural 20 and then 12 for 13.
For a 13, that is a failure.
Yeah, would have
She,
been cool if that was
Ori, she yanks your head back and she sticks her tongue straight into your mouth. She kisses you deep and sucks elements of your soul out through your throat. You take
I don't like this at all.
16, 26, 35. You take 41 points of psychic damage.
Consent's
And your
important,
hit point
bitch.
maximum
That
is
doesn't
reduced.
matter because I'm down.
It does matter because if your hit point maximum gets to 0, you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
So your hit point maximum is reduced by 50 points.
Oh, I'm dead.
Can anybody do anything else?
Wait, it's reduced by more than the damage did?
What was the damage? Sorry.
41?
Was
41,
that a
sorry.
spell?
41 is what it's reduced by.
Was the tongue a
shit.
spell?
I have literally 1 max health left.
So
Good
Ori,
God.
as she pulls away, Ori completely sucked dry. It's like all of the moisture is left. The skin instantly begins to flake and peel. He is reduced down to barely a fraction of his self, and his strength has been reduced. So Ori, you are just like a shriveled sardine of a person, but not dead. As you drop with 0 hit points, correct?
0 hit points.
One is a maximum.
Yeah.
Damn, that's important. Cool. So that is her turn.
Getting him back up is gonna be bad.
She flies 5 feet more up to take her full speed, and so she's 10 feet off the ground. She is certainly in much closer range than she wants to be. But Ori is down. That brings us to... And also worth noting right now, I just want to be really clear about this. Your hit point maximum is 1.
Yeah.
Which means 3 damage will kill you outright.
Yeah.
Just making sure you know that.
Yeah, I know.
So that is her turn. That brings us to Cheshire.
I know what's happening here, and I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
What you doing, Cheshire?
All because we
Mind
switched
sliver on the giant.
spots.
It's an intelligence saving throw.
That is going to be... It's good for the giant, but I think it's still a failure. 10.
Yeah, that's a failure.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
That is 8 points of psychic damage. No, 16 points of psychic damage because it's a critical.
16 points of psychic damage. This creature, all of a sudden, from his nose, just blood comes out. From one of the ear, it begins to just dribble. And for that giant, a dribble is like a faucet just turned on, dropping down his shoulder, but still up. He's starting to look really hurt. And beyond not being able to move, it's unclear whether or not he's going to be able to move that well, even once the spell breaks.
And Billy, hope you can do something.
A little inspiration sneaks across the battlefield. That is your turn, Cheshire. That brings us to Alina, and then the giant.
Okay. All right. I have counted the squares. Alina is going to fly this way until she is in the square that's kitty corner to Ori. She's gonna reach out and grab his foot or whatever, and
That might kill me.
no, gently. And she says,
Pinky toe!
"I'm so sorry, Cheshire," and thundersteps Ori out of there.
Oof, okay. So you disappear. That is a dexterity save?
It's a
Con save.
con save.
And Cheshire, a little taste of your own medicine all
I'm
of a
so
sudden.
sorry.
Unfortunately, Alina's inspiration not as effective as yours.
That's okay. It's a dirty 20.
There you go. Nice. Good time to use Thunderstep, though. This is what we got.
Let's see,
I
where
like
am I gonna go? So
that.
it's 90 feet, so I'm just...
You know, this magic stuff isn't that bad.
I think this is officially the closest that anybody could actually legally be to being dead without being dead, because literally anything will kill you outright.
Somehow I still find ways
You're a
to
level 1 farmer now.
break
If a level 1 farmer
borders
unarmed
of-
striked you and critted, you would die.
Level 1 farmer has more health.
You have it
right now.
over here.
I am
Okay.
literally
What happens
like
in the
the
area?
closest to the line between life and death
Cheshire
that a person
space,
can
you put your hand on Ori and you
Shadow
thunder
Master
step
too,
away. In this tiny
You're hitting
space,
every bad
the
guy.
thunder just
No, she's not
raises
hitting
up
the other
into
shadow.
the sky.
I only hit the Mastiff. So, sorry, I have to roll the
Succubus
damage.
too, right? It's 10
The
feet.
succubus is 10 feet up.
It's like out.
Yeah, if you were here,
Each creature within 10 feet of space.
Oh yeah, so you're
Yeah.
hitting the shadow, you're hitting the mastiff, you're hitting the succubus,
Very
and
nice.
Cheshire
So it's-
succeeds.
So that went from being a mildly annoying move to Cheshire to being a master plan.
I
if
actually
you
can
want, you can
respect
hit
this. That's
everything
okay.
here. Like everything, including me and the giant. It's up to you.
I guess I do want that.
Okay, make a save, Alice. The giant makes a save.
Constitution save DC 17.
The giant is a con save.
Yeah.
The giant is a beefy, brawly boy. Rolls a 9.
Nice.
The mastiff, which is not a beefy, brawly boy, rolls a 15. And the succubus, that's a con save.
DC 17.
That is going to be a failure. That is going to be a. That is going to be an 8. So, the only person, I think none of them succeed.
How about you,
What was
Valis?
the, what was the save?
17. DC 17. Sorry. Con save, DC 17.
Oh, I did not make it.
Okay.
Wow.
So 14 points of thunder damage, or half to 7 for Cheshire. It's not actually really that much damage, but
But hey, damage is damage to the things.
How much was it? Sorry, 14. You watch as two of those shadows, one of them badly wounded, one of them moderately wounded, are both destroyed by that thunderstone.
It's also a critical hit on the giant.
hell yeah.
So that's another 14.
Nice.
So with that thunderstep, that giant onto the ground, it is now on its knees, barely alive, as the impact of it sinking to its knees tears the stomach open, and then its guts just on the ground out.
So giant's out too?
The giant, no, it's alive. This giant barely up, and it just having a few hit points looks way worse than a regular person with a few hit points. There are organs, there's like blood everywhere in like a running, several inch deep like rivulet that is coming from it, but still up. That is all of you. That's all of your turn, Alina?
That's all of my turn.
Sorry, came out weird. Okay, it is the giant's turn. It is still held, correct?
Correct.
So at the end of its turn,
It can make a wisdom saving throw if it chooses.
1.
It fails.
This is the dumbest giant that has ever walked the face of Alberon. So
Dumber
that is the
than
giant.
that cart.
That brings us to the shadows.
All dead.
All dead.
There's one.
There's one. There's
Oh, I
one
didn't see that
threatening
Right.
us in the side over
Mika,
here.
you are taking an attack. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
You are taking 7 points of necrotic damage, and your strength is reduced by 1. That is all of the shadows. That is the hounds. Minka, what would you like to do? Valis, you're on deck.
That was 8 points of necrotic.
I think it was 7.
It was 7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna write that down
Yeah,
because
7
math
points on
is
your
by 1.
strength by 1.
That's what happened was I
got
wrote
you, I got you.
down to what it was, and then my brain just went, it's the same number.
No
It's not the
worries.
same
What
number.
are you doing?
All right, so the first thing Minka's gonna do. Does she? I don't think she does, but does she have room to get to the other side of the shadow next ability? No. Okay, so the first thing she's gonna do is take a deep breath
Okay.
and
Cut down to from 10, but do it really fast because you only have 6 seconds in action.
yeah. So she's gonna take 1 step back.
Okay.
So a 5-foot step back to get out of melee range, so she could do.
Okay, so that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Cool.
I know.
That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yep.
And you are going to be taking 7 points of necrotic damage in your strength. That's cocked somehow. The d4 is reduced by 1.
Okay.
So that's lucky.
I know. So.
You can theoretically have your strength reduced by 8 in 2 strikes. So
Yep.
you guys have gotten pretty lucky in general.
So I am now going to shoot the shadow with a arrow at not a disadvantage when I'm far enough back.
Yeah, go for it. Make your attack roll. You leap back. It strikes out at you and pulls elements of your strength away, but you still release the arrow before you fall.
24 to hit.
24 hits.
All right, and then that is a total of 6 radiant damage.
6 radiant damage, which doubles to 12. It tears a deep hole in the shadow, but it closes. It is still up.
Okay, and then she is going to curse and then produce flame and just throw a
You're
firebomb.
holding a flame.
You've been holding it.
I gotta throw it.
Yeah, go for it. Throw it.
See if I can.
Ooh.
Billy just hears, heck you!
Yeah. So that is a 27 to hit.
27 absolutely does hit. These are some angry beans.
That is a total.
Why are you laughing?
It's an 8. I just want to make sure that it's actually. I think it's just 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage, not
But
quite
it's
the amount
against
that you would
the
like it to
giant?
do.
No, it's against.
No, it's against a
But it's just
shadow.
Right.
Yeah, that reduces the amount by just a little bit.
And then she's gonna look at Billy through the shadow and be like, I have one for you!
This whole parallel conversation happening between the around that. And you're like, oh, that's why she's pointing at the pocket. That kind of makes sense.
And then that's gonna
I thought you meant my pug. Okay.
Alice, what would you like to do? You hear Minka go, I have one for you.
This succubus is 10 feet in the air?
Yeah, very
Okay.
close.
If I jump, can I hit it?
You certainly can. That will preclude you from getting advantage from any like other kind of thing because you're jumping and swinging your sword, but you certainly can.
What happens if I were to misty step 20 feet above it and like
Attack it as you fall.
attack?
Fuck heavy A.
Like, drive
Heavy
myself
A.
into
Yeah, absolutely. That's attacking it while you fall.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You want, yeah, so you're Link down B melee.
Yeah.
Yeah, down A. So yeah, go ahead. Make your attack roll. You misty step up into the air. She looks up and you can see like a little confused at this. The arrow still pointing down. She's like scanning with this hand crossbow. Make your attack roll. I would say it's probably a disadvantage. I mean, you're plummeting. Your health is reduced. I mean, your strength is reduced.
Gravity.
But I still have 14 strength.
And gravity.
I think that's more for damage. I think like you can add the falling damage that you would be taking to the attack if you hit it.
Alright. I'll make the attack at this.
Do you have advantage from anything? Because that would cancel it out.
I gave you advantage.
Oh, silvery barbs! Hey!
And Bardic!
So roll
And
flat.
Bardic!
Roll flat, and you have
He's not
Bardic.
listening.
Sorry. I do have Bardic. I remember the Bardic.
just chanting Bardic.
That's a 15 on the die.
Very nice.
Which is gonna be
That's probably gonna do it.
21 to hit. Like, that can't miss, right?
Yeah, that's probably
That's
good.
probably
I think I
good
hit
enough.
with like a 9.
I don't need to use the Bardic.
Said no one ever.
21 hits.
We smite.
Yeah, we do.
Smite.
We smite it.
Oh my god.
Get her.
My hands are just sweaty enough to snap.
Alright,
We're just, like, very clammy
what do
over
I
it.
add for the falling thing?
You're 20 feet up in the air, so you had 2d6 of, we'll call it piercing damage.
2d6 of fuck you damage.
Of course.
Just like flipping her off as he goes down.
2d8s.
Do I get another attack? I don't know. I get 2 attacks.
Taking the attack action, so yeah, it's 2
All
attacks. So
right.
this is you like, you swing and like swing backwards and carve again.
Swing it out as you
Absolutely.
fall past.
Ooh.
Those
You
are
gotta take the full
Well,
thing.
those are pretty good numbers. There's
Alright.
a couple good ones there.
7 damage, 7 gravity assisted damage.
So funny.
Let's see. 10 magical
Couple good
slashing.
ones every now and
Okay.
then.
So I'm not sure would the gravity just be magical add to
Yeah,
magical
yeah, yeah.
slashing.
It's the same damage, it's just the added force of you and the momentum falling.
And then 6 radiant.
And 6 radiant.
That radiant's gotta do more.
It doesn't.
Second attack.
Of the sexy man.
Okay.
Oh,
Dang.
that's the most cocked I've
It's
ever
okay.
seen.
It'll be okay.
Have you used your bardic yet?
I'm using it right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
That's a good bardic.
12 plus 6. 18 to hit.
18 just hits.
Yes!
Pizza.
Dang, that was a
Oh, I
very
got that.
Fuck her up!
Get it. Get it.
Fuck her up!
Unfortunately,
Says
I am
both her
out of
and Billy.
smites. So that is just 8 magical slash.
8 magical slash.
Thank you.
That was
And also
very
thank
good.
you.
You teleport up and then you bring this blade down, you slash and then curve around and slash again and slam into the ground. Like on your feet, you rise up and you can see she's like on the ground as well. You force her to the ground. She's
Hell
landed.
yeah.
She prone? She shouldn't be.
She's not prone.
She's not prone, she's just on the ground with me. Basically.
She's like now like landing on the ground. You basically momentum like slam her into the ground. Both of
Where
you
would
still on your
Valis be
feet.
in relation to her?
5 feet in front. So 5 feet of joining space. And she looks up at you, and in your mind, you hear, I shouldn't have gotten so low. She's very, very focused on you now. And in fact,
Now I wish I had Bardic.
That's not a good way
as
to
a
be.
reaction, she looks at you and then just becomes spectral. You can see her. She is ethereal in this moment. That is your turn, Valis?
Yeah.
Top of the round, Ori, what would you like to do? Billy, you're on deck.
I would like to make a death save.
There you go.
Unless I have another option. Okay. That's a failure.
That's one failure. So, that is Ori's turn. That brings us to Billy.
Billy looks over and says,
"Hey,
bitch.
Little mermaid."
I can still see you.
and Hexblade's curses the succubus.
Take care of the giant.
I'm got a thing! I've got a thing! Leave me alone!
We killed Tina.
I have a plan! It might not work, but I gotta try it. I take attack of opportunity from the shadow thing.
It already used it on
It
me.
already used it.
Hell yeah.
No, it's
Shadow?
restarted.
A shadow?
We're at the top of the round.
Oh, yeah, it gets it again.
Damn it.
Wait,
Sorry.
wouldn't it get it back during its turn?
No,
Or did it get back at the...
It's at the end of
it's
it.
its reaction. No, yeah, it would be at the start of its turn. So no attack. You can
yeah.
run away, no
Yeah,
problem.
just say,
Never mind!
I'm on the other end.
Yes!
Yeah.
Tanked that hit for you.
Otherwise,
Hexblade's curse.
big reaction.
Green flame blade. Slash is slash.
Make your attack. Against who?
Succubi lady, it's gonna be 17.
17 just misses. By one. Anything else, Billy?
Billy just grits her teeth.
You say, I can still see you, and you slash, and it goes straight through this ethereal form. And she says in your mind, but I'm ethereal. That's the whole point. That is your turn, Billy.
Are you sure she doesn't say bitch after that?
No, she doesn't need to.
That's the worst comeback. It's not even good.
I see you too do a free action, have the last word.
It's a good spell.
That's what you're going to end on? Cool. So she is going to, not really on her theme, but I guess that's what's going to happen. So she is going to close the 5 feet with you, and you see she like drops the bow and it drops into the sling around her arm. She reaches forwards, grabs you by the shoulders, and can you make a Constitution saving throw just flat?
Billy had some tongue back.
You do still have the bardic if you need it.
I would not
Oh
recommend
no, I don't like
trying.
that face.
How could she do this more than once?
14.
14?
Yeah,
That is a
plus two.
failure, unfortunately.
Oh.
Billy, as she kisses you deeply, you are unable to give her any tongue back. As she deals 17, 24, 30 points of psychic damage, and your maximum is reduced by that much.
That's not as bad.
She
down.
and just drops your body onto the ground, and then you hear her whisper, "Bitch." That is going to be her action, and then she is going to risk it all and just take off 30 feet up into the air, and then 30 feet
Attack of
towards her
opportunity.
throne.
You have an attack of
I would like to
opportunity.
take it.
Let's see.
Does Cheshire also have
I
one?
think Cheshire's 5 feet away, technically. There's that 5 foot space that you were
I
previously
think that
occupying.
brings her about here.
Yeah,
23 to
right
hit.
on the edge.
Let's see the
23 absolutely hits.
Plan was
Nice.
green flame blade, get the giant for the remainder. Yeah.
9 magical slashing.
Oh,
No,
she's ethereal. Sorry.
Oh,
that
right.
doesn't
She,
matter.
so she is basically a
Or she
ghost,
have to
and
get
so she is
ethereal to succubus.
She does not need to do that for her body-based attacks. I guess we'll call them.
Body-based attacks.
There's 2 that she
like
can do
all
while
of
she's
this.
Zero
ethereal.
consent attacks.
So that is a miss, unfortunately.
Is it a miss because it w-
It's because she's in the ethereal plane right
Like,
now.
you
can
just
see
cannot
her.
hit
Basically like a
Oh, I
ghost.
see.
Yeah.
She's blinked to something.
There are weapons that are able to do full damage against that kind of thing and strike as they normally would, but that is not the kind that you're using, unfortunately.
Okay, even if I'm using a magic weapon.
Correct. She's unable to use weapons as well. That's why she's not using her crossbow. But anything, that's her turn. That brings us to Cheshire. Alina, you're on deck.
Sneaky sneak out and cure wounds ability.
Thank you.
That is
Okay.
Yeah, she moved away.
I'm not sneaky.
I heard you.
Yeah.
Hit the giant. Yeah, of course now. Also, thank you.
Okay, that is your turn. Cheshire, Alina, what would you like to do?
I am going to retrieve my single regular healing potion because this feels like a good opportunity for a regular healing potion. Down the hatch.
There you go.
Pour it all over.
Is that a bonus action or an action?
Bonus
It'll
action.
absorb into the skin.
Joe is a nice DM.
Yeah.
It just makes more sense.
And then
super dehydrated sponge.
yeah. And then so he's back to 1 hit point. That means he's awake.
He's awake.
And I just whisper in his ear, hide. And then I would like to take the hide action myself.
Go for it. Make your stealth check.
Just hide. Don't go anywhere.
What? How much did my strength score get sapped? Was there an actual number to it, like
From the
mechanically?
Yes,
From the
I
succubus?
told you, but from the succubus? No, that was just max HP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shadows deal that strength damage.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
deals those max
We're
HP.
not in a forest, nor are we on the material plane, so
you are
my
neither.
cloak doing nothing.
It's a cloak. It's keeping you a little bit warmer.
Ooh, that's a 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you over there.
He like, wow, and like you like lean forward. You're a little more visible than you were before.
So, do I think I'm hidden?
No.
Okay, then I'm just gonna stay where I am.
There you go. That is your turn, Alina.
Oh, we got another wheel.
That brings us to the
That's
giant.
really big. Thank you.
Bless you, Emily.
This is the last turn that the giant is held.
The energy wheel.
It's for a minute, so it would
Oh,
have been
that's
10 rounds.
10 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I think this is the last one. Double check that for me. But
I don't think that it's been 10 rounds.
no, this is the last one. So they're gonna make. I mean, they'll make a save technically because it ends. I think.
It is up to a minute.
And so what are we on? Are we on round 9 or 10?
Well, she didn't use it in the beginning. She used it about.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. Good point. Good point. Okay. So you probably have 3 rounds left then. No worries. He'll make a save at the end of his turn. No, he won't. That is a 5. So this giant, literally the dumbest creature of all time, is just gonna chill right in the middle as he gets eviscerated. That brings us to the Hound.
Oh yeah.
You mean the single shadow?
No,
No hound.
It's the shadow.
Just a single shadow that's in front of me.
Mika, it closes those 5 feet to get within you, within your range, and it's going to take an attack. That is going to be an 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
And so as it comes close, it swings, and you just duck underneath, grabs it
Falls
there.
down the stairs.
That is all that it can do, which brings us to you, Mika.
So, Minka's gonna shift herself so she's still within the threat range, but try to get on the other side. But can I do that, or is he taking up that whole space?
There's 10 feet, so you can go around.
Yeah. So just put me on the other side, still within. Ooh,
Yeah, it's 20. It's a lot of movement to get that far, but you could definitely do it.
yeah,
I think it's like 20 feet.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So I will turn around and shoot at disadvantage.
Okay, yeah.
Bonus action. That is a natural 1. So I'm glad I turned away from them.
Yeah, and so you fire, and it goes streaking down the hall. You see at the very bottom of the ramp, poking their head out of like a little hole, a rat, and then just, no, I'm kidding. It just sails off into the darkness. It guys sails into the darkness and disappears. That is your turn, Minka. Anything else?
No, that was a bonus action.
Right, yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is Minka's gonna go, just basically, mother, and then she's gonna action disengage, and then get on the other side of that rock. Here, yeah, to get out of the death channel right there, but still hopefully have at least a little be within something happening over there, I'm sure. So that was my bonus action, my action, my movement. And that is all she can do.
Valis, what would you like to do? As Minka scurries by the giant.
Attack the giant.
There you go. Make your attack roll.
Got
At
advantage.
advantage. 13.
And it's a critical.
plus
If you had
19 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. Ooh, that's a nice roll. 12 plus 5, 17 slashing.
17 slashing. Valis. This creature already almost falling apart. Tell us how it happens, because this guy is down.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk over here and cut this leg. And then I'm gonna start to run away. And as it falls down, its neck is over here. I'm just gonna cut it through the neck. And then I keep running towards the succubus.
Fantastic.
I yell out to the group, kill the succubus!
So you slash right at the ankle.
Yeah.
The entire Achilles tendon just splits. And as he falls down, and Valis, you run like 10, 15 feet away. You turn and like bring the sword. It scrapes on the stone, and then in a wide arc, just in one swing, decapitates through the bone, through the muscle, and everything. And the head just disappears off the neck. There is blood everywhere, but he is dead.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And in my movement, I'm gonna sheath my longsword.
Very nice. That is your turn. Valis, that brings us to the top of the round. Ori, what would you like to do? You have 1 health and a dream.
And 0 prayers at this point.
You just heard
2 strength.
someone yell into the darkness, kill the succubus.
And then you also heard Alina hiss at you, hide. Ow.
Do I see the succubus? Am I like I'm
you
one
can probably see her
HP
from where
of
you
1
are.
HP right now?
Yeah.
I'm just I'm
she's
still a
still
husk,
ethereal.
right?
She's ethereal. You can just barely make out the form, especially because this is really the focal point right now of what's happening. Everybody is kind of looking in this direction as the giant falls. So you can kind of see them. Your vision is like gray around the edges. Like you are as close to dead as you could legally be. Yeah.
I'm gonna bonus action hide,
There we go.
but then I don't even know if it's worth trying to take a sneak attack shot at this
What are you doing?
succubus. So I'm gonna
You notice
hide.
that the succubus is ethereal.
Yeah, so like that's why I'm like
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna bonus action hide and then
Your stealth check.
fucking see how that goes, and then maybe regular action hide too.
Double hide.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
And fuck, what do I guess I can't even do that. Oh,
Is that your turn?
I think
You're still up, and that's what counts.
I think
get behind a
I'll
bigger rock.
extra, can I just extra hide?
Level 6 commoner Ori finishes their turn. What would you like to do, Billy?
7 for the second.
Why don't you just cast a spell?
What is it?
Billy moves 15 feet here
Reaction cry.
and shoots off a single Eldritch Blast at the shadow.
Go for it.
23.
23 hits.
I said hide, just like
That's 5 points of force damage.
Okay.
Is it still up?
You still up?
One more.
Go for it.
14.
14 is a miss, unfortunately.
And we keep going into the
you
rock.
So you take one shot, you look, it's still there, and it starts to sink down into the ground in the way that you know means it's about to move, so you just take off.
Oh, wait. 14 plus. No, wait, I have to do that before I know it misses. Never mind.
Yeah. That is your turn, Billy.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to the.
You can all shout Bardic at me next time.
So slam down onto the ground and right in front of you.
Maybe you used it. No, it's still there. I've tried so hard.
Oh, I thought you used it with
So fun.
So I just remind you.
Looking down, she can see probably not Cheshire. She can probably just see Minka.
I am glowing.
She can also see me.
She just doesn't want to hit you.
Okay, so yeah, Valis, she turns from above, and you hear the sound of a crossbow, a hand crossbow cocking, and she's going to take 2 attacks from you, from up on the top against you.
Even though she's ethereal.
Oh, that's true. She is ethereal, and she has to
Hey.
use her action to end the ethereal.
To be corporeal.
Bad.
Yeah, like that. That's
a good idea for
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead, what she's going to do,
Dang it.
she's going to fly 60 feet up towards the throne, which I believe will get her to the edge of that throne dais.
Told you we should have gotten the throne.
You were gonna die.
Maybe we could have done
I think
this.
that's 60 feet.
Yeah, and then she just lands. You hear her land pretty hard, and seems to be doing some stuff up there. That is going to be her turn. You would presume she takes her action to end the ethereal state. That is Cheshire. What would you like to do? Alina, you're on deck.
Hey, so remember when you said if we do well?
Yeah.
Are we doing well?
I mean,
We're
like,
alive.
Not doing well.
bad.
We're alive.
There
which
is
is
still
saying something.
the presence of you guys all dying is very much still here.
Yeah.
However, you're also, I mean, it's going how it's going.
How badly hurt does the succubus look?
You can't see her right now.
She's on.
How badly did she look after I hit her with the thing?
I mean, she looked pretty good, but hard to tell. What you doing, Cheshire?
Is it possible to go up this way?
Yeah, but again, that's like an athletics check. If that's an action.
I'll take it.
Okay, yeah, make it. You saw Ori like looking at this before and then decide not to jump on it, which is dumb because it's easy to climb. You leap up, you use your leg to like pull the rest of your body up to that platform, and you are now a step up.
Go, fancy pants.
And come up next to Valis and kind of tuck myself in that corner.
Okay.
Oh, next to the guy in the gate.
Oh, there's still a guy in
Brand new
there.
corner. You poof against the cage.
This guy has just been watching us this whole time.
He's unconscious.
Oh,
Yeah, he went
I don't
unconscious
think I
right at the
caught
beginning
that.
of the fight.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm gonna hold there.
This is a pretty good
He
fight.
like
so
slumped
far,
over when
guys.
whoever was looking at him was looking at him.
I think that's as close as I can get.
Okay. That is your turn, Cheshire.
How far away am I from her at this point?
From the
90 feet?
succubus,
Yeah.
you can't really see her, but you would guess like probably from that like platform, probably something like 40 feet, 45 feet.
Oh, well, in that case.
You can't quite see from here, so somebody would have to check my math on that.
Looks about 50 feet this way, but
With the hypotenuse.
25 feet up.
Yeah, so then that would probably put you then ultimately at right around like 70 feet, 75 feet.
That's too far then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks a lot closer to me. Huh. All right, anything else?
That's it.
Alrighty, Cheshire, that's your turn. That brings us to Alina, and then the Shadow.
All right. So I'm still flying. I'm gonna fly up and over until about here.
Okay.
Like about there.
How high up are you?
20 feet.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like. Okay. I'm gonna position myself this way.
Okay. What are you doing?
Okay. So I'm going to take out the amulet.
What's the range on the amulet?
60 feet.
Kind of cool.
It's a 60-foot phone.
Gotcha.
So if it backfires,
Does it get
Oh
worried?
my god, are you
I
gonna kill me?
no, I don't. I'm trying to not kill you.
No, I know.
I'm very cognizant that this could backfire, and therefore I am mapping it. I'm
Yeah.
trying really hard to map it.
I like the idea of doing 66 times the amount of maximum health that Ori has. He killed his entire family.
So Alina's only gonna do this if she is confident in her map
Yeah,
that she
okay.
wouldn't hit Ori.
It's not so much math, but positioning, and yeah, you can do it from there in
Okay.
such a way that it would not
Okay.
hit Ori.
And so this I believe should. So is this about? If that's 30 feet, then surely 60 feet will hit
Yeah,
her,
because
right?
that's
Yeah.
double the circle. It like gets
No, that
just
circle
about
is
the
60
edge.
feet.
The circle is 60 feet.
No, that's
No, it's
30.
it's 30 feet.
Yeah, so I think you should be
30-foot
able to
cone.
reach it. It'll be right at the edge, but yeah, you should be able to.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Go for it. So that is a.
This is a opposed
Nice.
charisma spell. Okay, is it the spell modifier or the spell attack that's the opposed?
It's a spell modifier. So you're using the spell casting modifier of charisma.
I know it's risky. That's why I'm positioning correctly. I know. I'm out of spell slot. What am I supposed to fucking do?
24.
fail, and I
This just
fart out cone of coal behind me.
explodes backwards, and the entirety of that rock is just like completely crystallized at first, and then it just shatters. The whole top 10 feet just rubbles, and
The icicles on my
that is one charge
eyebrows.
gone. Or you look and like right to your right, just annihilated. But that is your turn, Alina.
Yeah, and free action. Fuck you. Also, I forgot you were ethereal for a second, and I don't even know if that would have done anything anyway.
You can just barely see the top of her head. She's not. No, she used her action to become normal. That's why she flew over.
I missed that because I was too busy mapping.
No worries. So that is Alina's turn. That brings us to the shadow. The shadow is, the shadow is going to close with Minka, the only person that is close enough. And Minka, you are taking an attack. That is only going to be an 8.
That does not hit.
And so you duck out of the way. That is the shadow's turn and brings us to Minka. It is now right within your reach.
I'm gonna make sure I'm facing away, so there's no chance I can hit Billy.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to shoot this stupid thing.
Yeah, go for it. Billy, Minka like comes right up into your space and then turns and like jams their back.
Ow.
Yeah.
12.
Gunner is reminding us the wheel.
Yeah, he was like, don't forget the wheel.
12.
You got her.
12. A 12, unfortunately, is a miss, and a wheel would not push that over, so we'll hold on to that wheel. Anything else?
Fucking stupid shadow. Shocking grasp, and that misses too.
So you reach forwards and you miss. As it like swings and tries to grab onto you, you move, and the radiant light that you are emitting seems to like cast its shadow and make it move like in a weird way that it's not used to. And so you are just swirling in a circle. You swing at it, it swings at you, but neither of you are able
I'm
to.
just impotent this fight.
Anything else, Minka?
I think I'm just gonna shadow box the shadow,
Yeah.
and then that's just gonna be it.
There you go. Like a loading screen in an old fighting game. You're standing there just ready to fight. That is Valis.
How badly hurt does that shadow look?
It's not looking great. It's flickering and
Alright, I'll pull out a javelin and throw it at it.
yeah, make an attack roll.
Nice.
That is a 21 to hit,
Absolutely.
and let's see.
I wish you could smite it with a javelin, like a throwing javelin. That'd be so cool. Zeus Thunderbolts.
Yeah, right. I should think of that. Oh, that's terrible roll.
I can't think I had a javelin.
5 damage.
5 damage. Still up.
Still up.
Really badly hurt. You can barely see the shadow now. It's flickering so bad, but still up.
All right, and I can't pull out another thing to throw another thing, right?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. So that was it. Moved and did that, and then 1, 2, 3. I'll start moving up this rock.
Okay. You begin to clamber onto the rock. That is your turn, Valis. Ori, what would you like to do? You are not feeling good.
Can I see the succubus from my position all the way down there?
I don't think so.
I'm like,
He's way tucked away. I tucked him away on
line of
purpose.
sight.
No way. Before you were able to kind of do it because you were like sitting, it was quiet, there was no combat, and you were really looking. Now, I mean, you're just in terms of your vision, you probably can't see them at that distance.
Could I stumble forward towards this little outcropping
Yeah.
Like right
and then use a bonus action, eye for detail, to spot the succubus?
If you get that close, you'll be within visual range. You can see the top of her head. You, from that angle, she has full cover if you're going to take a shot, because you're shooting straight up, and you could just barely
But
see.
I'm hidden.
Yep, so just flat.
So flat. So then if I steady aim,
Still flat.
I don't get advantage from it?
No, so when they cancel out, no matter how many advantages or how many
Okay, well then
disadvantages
I'm
you throw,
going to use my insightful fighting on her once again
Okay.
to see if I can make a shot that has sneak attack without advantage.
27.
Natural 20
Very nice. Total of what?
for 29.
That succeeds. Wow, look at that. Very nice.
And then I guess
You have
not.
20 feet of movement left, I think.
Yeah, but I think I'm just gonna take the shot from here so that I am still behind cover myself, because if I become the target, I lose my life.
And
So
Alina
it's sort
is
of
gonna
like
be
the
if
so
that
it's sort of
happens.
like the one shot, and then I'm gonna hope that it does the thing that it needs to do.
Make your attack.
So making my attack.
Another natural 20! Now, Cheshire,
Oh,
you could force a reroll. Just putting that out there.
do I still have the elemental?
Lord is off her radar.
Is the elemental weapon still a thing?
No, I lost
drop it,
concentration
drop
on that.
Okay. Still.
Still good. I mean, this is
Okay. What's that? 35 points of pierces.
35 points of pierces. Tell us how it happened. That's a tremendous amount of damage.
Yeah, damn. Okay.
Huh.
Shrimp
So
man
just
did
like-
it.
Yeah, just like shriveled up, like literally just like propped up against this wall, just like lining up the shot.
It is
and
you. Your fingers are bleeding from pulling
Yeah.
this thing back. Like you just barely pull it taut enough.
using literally all of my strength to pull this bow back, and then just right through the eye. And she's just like, she looks over right as the arrow goes, and she's like, "Oh fuck," and then dies.
And then just right through.
And then I also collapse.
She collapses, and the only entity that is left in this room is a single flickering shadow. But Ori, anything else?
I think I've earned a little bit of a rest.
Billy.
The first one of my Eldritch Blasts is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
9 points of force damage.
Which is just enough to kill this shadow. So as you throw this Eldritch Blast and it howls down the hallway, that last enemy just into shadowy
That's 20.
slivers, and then ash, and then nothing.
That was
And all of you
I'm gonna pass out.
Everybody.
As she dies and the arrow goes through her eye, you can see she was holding something and she just lets it go, and you hear just ting, 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 ting as coins just rain down from there. But
Let's no.
because it is 10,
No.
this is where we're going to end for the evening.
Oh no.
But, Wandering Hearts, you have defeated Lady Karnata, the succubus who has held Kirlor Tel Eldar for 65 years. You've defeated a shadow giant, and you have leveled up.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us for this session.
Wait.
Alina, you were going to sign us off.
Alina!
Hey guys, I'm Rez. How great was that session? So I can't really do the voice, but as you guys all know, Joe is the most incredible DM that any of us have ever had the pleasure of playing for. And the group, but the entire Alberon Extended Universe does have a gift for you, which we thought it might be fun to give you on the stream
Why
because
today?
Because fuck you, that's why.
we thought it might be fun to do on the stream so that the people who aren't here can see, but I am going to leave it up to you. Would you like to receive a gift on the stream? Or do you
Yeah,
wanna
sure.
wait?
That's so kind. Thank you. That's very sweet.
Just wait till you see
Vincent
it.
wrapped it, so
Professionally.
Oh,
Yeah. Consummate professional. Consummate bees.
I like this wrapping paper, the cacti.
It's cute.
This is a brand new laptop for all of our musical tasks.
and it is a brand new
is
laptop.
actually-
Please check your Venmo. We'd love to buy you a new laptop because yours.
You really don't need to do that. We'll talk about that afterwards.
Too late.
Alina, go ahead. You say the last thing that you want to say.
We fucking love Joe. Have a good night, everybody.